soon TM. But yeah, good to see you. As good again, I was laddering earlier today, but now we're here with a Final Fantasy stream, and I'm not alone. I'm joined by the one, the only, the hero of the wasteland, the savior of esports. It is Koopa. Hello. Hi. Hello.
Hello. Okay, so before we start, as we usually do.
Hold on.
Hold on. So if you are on my stream, you can see that we have a new feature, which is this panel thingy, and you can put anything on it, like this.
Hello. Good. Yeah, just didn't say anything until this moment. Thank God. But hello, Koopa. Hello. But yes, we're back. Technically, this is a new patch. This is patch 7.4. 7.4 is now live, and that has added some changes. The most important change, of course, is that now you can change your bait while mounted as a fisherman.
Yes, that is the most important change of the patch, really.
Unironically, it's amazing. It's 10 out of 10.
Yeah, what do you think of the control panel?
I've not touched it at all. I don't use macros, so I don't think it matters.
I use it
me.
for emotes.
Yeah.
It's mostly for emotes for me. I just have a bunch of emotes.
When it comes to the latest patch, the new frontline is really fun. There's a new frontline that came out. It's a very large map, control based. I would say it's very positional based, very position heavy.
That's good.
Which I appreciate. So it's really nice.
That's good.
But
because...
by that I mean that it does require like some organization from like the team. You know?
That's fine, but like considering my ping, I prefer to find a position in better.
Yeah. So it's really nice. It's really fun. There's also the new Air Force One. There's now a new map. It's you can tell that it's just more modern. Like it's like the targets are like higher quality textured like targets, and like the bombs as well. Like it's just newer, and it's nice. It's fun. There's different versions of the map. One takes you into the cave. One takes you to like fight like a kraken monster. Yeah, honestly, it's really fun. It's really cute. It's really cinematic what they did with it. It makes me want them to do more of that kind of thing, like, you know, nice little facelift, nice little revamp on something. So yeah, it's been nice. I don't know if there's many other things that really impact us too heavily. I could be forgetting something, but again, just new.
I mean,
new
like
Air Force One, new frontline.
The biggest thing out of like, no, not like gameplay related per se. I guess it's still game, but like the strategy board. We don't really do like current like dungeons, but like it's still a cool thing to see, because if you remember, like we did like have like a whole party for like, remember the Titan extremes or like the coils. So like it's a good feature. So it's nice to have it.
Oh yeah, they updated. I haven't tried them yet, but they updated 2 dungeons. Two old Realm Reborn dungeons. They updated. Let's see.
That means
I think they did. Yeah, they did the Aurum Vale and Jamal Darkhold. That's it. And the reason why it's just like what they do with the other new ones. It's like they've like, I mean, I haven't done it yet, but I would imagine like boss mechanics are clearer. They're a little bit more obvious, like easier to avoid.
Yeah, because I know that like Aurum Vale specifically was notorious for like wiping new parties. Like if somebody like didn't know what was going on, like there were issues.
Yeah, but the reason why they did it is because they added it to duty supports, so it has to be NPC friendly, right? Whenever they do one of those revamps, it's because they updated it for duty support, so the NPCs can do it, which benefits, you know, players themselves as well, because now it's like a more clear and easier kind of thing.
Yeah, because I mean, again, like if you have a party, like all of those dungeons are perfectly fine, but when you're like with random people that you struggle to communicate with, sometimes it can be a bit problematic.
Yeah, I mean, for Aurum Vale, it's probably just like a big thing that tells you, hey, eat the fruit. right? Like that's remember how you have to eat fruit to clear your stacks.
Yeah,
Like,
and you have to like synchronize
that's-
because you have to like decide which one goes to whom and stuff like that.
Yeah. So it's probably like clearer for that. I would
Yeah.
imagine. I would imagine the initial trash pool is probably a little bit easier because that initial trash pool that is notorious for killing parties, just because you can very easily pool too much.
Yeah.
Um,
Like again,
so yeah,
I want to
little
stress
things
it's not
like
that like the dungeon is like extremely difficult. It's just that like if there are people who are new and have no idea what's going on, like it can get messy.
Yeah. So yeah, they updated that. I'm sure there's maybe some other little tweaks here and there. I know they did a bunch of balance changes. I want to say that broadly all the classes do more damage now.
Oh, interesting.
I think it's just a way. I think they do that like for every major patch. It's just a way to like balance things out. If I want to say that typically like if a class is doing really well in a certain like raid progression, I don't think they nerf that class. I think they try to bring the other classes up to the other one's level. So I know there's been like a bunch of like just like attack buffs across the board for a bunch of stuff.
But then do they attack like the enemies too, or like
What?
do the enemies get a buff as well, or is everything
No.
just stronger?
I think just characters just stronger.
Okay.
But yeah. So yeah, just some changes here and there. Also, hello, Salko. Hello. Good to see you. Kind of teaching better now. Yeah, for sure. So much cleaning, so much pain. Oh no. Get some rest, Salko. Get some rest.
Ah, we got caramel popcorn.
Ah,
There you go.
there you go.
I don't think I've ever
But
had
before we get
caramel
into any kind of major story progression, it's time to tell a tale.
popcorn. Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Soko is gonna be continuously speaking.
And it's also a new PvP season. So
Yes,
new
that
PvP
is
rewards.
true.
That's another thingy. True.
There you go.
Let's have a look.
So today's story is about Kanisena.
Yes. So we've been going through the Realm Reborn side stories. Again, it's a 5-part series, and we have already gone through a couple of perspectives from certain characters in the world that is Final Fantasy XIV. We were able to go through Sultana with the Sultana 7. We were able to get some POV from Merwib as well. And now we're going to be hearing from Kanisena. It's Tales from the Calamity of Friends Lost and Found.
Hold on, I need to set up the mood. I need to set up the music.
Okay. The battle was over, but none could say that peace had returned to Cartanu. The Lesser Moon and the winged abomination that burst from its belly had visited devastation on the once fertile flats, leaving naught but a scarred wasteland for as far as the eye could see. It's your line.
Wait, I have to fix something. Let's see. Matron, have mercy. I have died and gone to the 7th hell.
Elder Seed's here. Come quickly. Kanisena turned with a start, the sudden cry rousing her from a moment's reverie. She forced her eyes to focus on the speaker, a young serpent, his armor caked with dirt and gore, beckoning with a bloodied hand. My lady, there's something trapped beneath the steel beast. Mustering her strength, Kanisena joined the youth beside a fallen Magitech Reaper. From beneath the wreckage, she could make out the anguished groans of one tenuously clinging to life.
One of our own, crushed by the armor of a fallen foe.
At the Elder Seer's command, 5 soldiers joined their strength, slowly raising the battered hulk to free the unfortunate soul caught beneath. Even as the ponderous mass rolled aside, however, it became clear that the survivor had sworn no oath of allegiance to the Twin Adder, nor any company of the Ocean Alliance. Clad in the armor of the same unholy steel as the magic monster which had entombed him, The Huron youth met Kanisena's gaze. Not yet a man grown. There he lay, bloodied and battered, on his godforsaken battlefield.
Nofika, have mercy. He is but a boy, forced into service against his will, like a snot, ordered to lay down his life for a cause he scarce understands.
Strapping Ellison serpent stepped forward, seizing the youth's shoulder with a mailed fist and bringing the edge of his jade-hilted blade to the boy's throat. But say the word, my lady. The lad will feel no pain.
Stay your hand.
Kanisena's voice was soft, yet stern.
He may have fought against us on the battlefield, but the battle is over. Now he is but a wounded child in need of care that none save us can provide.
Aye, my lady. The soldier hastily sheathed his blade, his expression carefully neutral. Taking up Clustrum, the staff of legend, carved from arbor immemorial, the elder seed seer stepped forward and focused her thoughts on the wounded youth.
O guardians of this land, let the breath of life sweep across this plain, that it may mend this child's broken body, and bring succor to his wounds.
What left Kanisena's lips as a whisper rose to echo across the flats. A gentle breeze broke the eerie stillness in the air, whistling as it swirled about the spot where the boy lay still. The tortured grimace on the youth's face slowly loosened. His eyes opened for a brief moment, then closed in a peaceful slumber.
The boy will live. Bear him to the rearguard and see that he receives rest and nourishment.
As you wish, my lady. For the next few bells, mayhap, a full turn of the sun, she could not say. Kanisena walked the battlefield, tending to the wounded. Edosian, Garlean, friend or foe, it mattered not.
Those people cry out to me to ease their pain.
Threading her way through the carnage, she weaved the incantations that would close wounds and ease anguish, bringing solace to the suffering. And yet for every one that she saved, countless scores were beyond saving. Looking out upon the bodies of the fallen, the elder seed seer proclaimed,
They gave their lives in the name of hope, and hope forsook them. In the silent reply, they would never have come here if not for me.
As leader of Gridania, a nation barely a stone's throw from Garlean-held territory, it was Kanisena who first reached out to her comrades in Ul'dah and Limsa Lominsa, setting in motion the events that would lead to the reformation of the Erosian Alliance. A seeker of harmony in all things, though the Seed Seer never had any wish to lead her people into a bloody conflict.
Serenity, purity, sanctity.
The virtues she held so dear were nowhere to be found on the desolate fields of Katanu. Yet what other choice had there been? A prophesied calamity could not simply be ignored, not if Edosia was to have any hope of a peaceful tomorrow. If there was even a chance that it could be averted, was it not her duty to try? Alas, the task had proven beyond her. Dalamud had fallen, unleashing Bahamut's terrible vengeance upon the land, and now the seventh humble era was upon them. Despite her best efforts, Edosia's dream of hope had given way to a waking nightmare. Kana remained in Katanu for several days, seeking out what few survivors remained, and saving those that could yet be saved. Staring out over the wreck and ruin, she would often think upon the decisions she made prior to that calamitous day.
Was their suffering and sacrifice inevitable? Was there truly no other way?
She could not say for sure. Nor was her uncertainty limited to past events. By tarrying so long in Katanu, was she not failing her people? Was her place not with them, back in Gridania?
They too are suffering.
On more than one occasion, she resolved to return to the Twelves Wood, only to reconsider. Her siblings and fellow seed seers, Arun and Rayo, themselves on the battlefield, had done so at her command.
You skipped a line.
Aru and Rayo had stayed behind to watch over the forest, as did many skilled and compassionate heroes.
I trusted them then. I must trust them now.
Those who sacrificed themselves on the battlefield had done so at her command.
Until I have done all that I can for them, my place is here.
She pressed on, scarcely stopping to eat or sleep. In the faces of the men and women she saved from death and suffering, she found the strength to carry on. The sun rose and set, and one day blurred into the next. But toward the close of the first week, the search parties had begun to return empty-handed. Among the soldiers who had stayed behind to assist in the relief effort, morale was low. They had seen the corpses of too many of their comrades, and their thoughts turned inevitably to the friends and loved ones awaiting their return home.
I have asked enough of them. It is time.
Summoning her most senior officers to her tent, Kane gave the long-awaited order.
Begin preparations for withdrawal. We are going home.
After her men had dispersed, the elder seeds here stepped out onto the ravaged plain one last time.
My work here is not yet done.
It had always been there, in the corner of her mind, but she had been too absorbed in the healing of the wounded to act upon it now. Tracing the tatters of her memory and the etheric currents in the air, Kanesena scored the battlefield. Minutes became hours, her search yielding naught but devastation.
I know it is here. Ahon Louisois, show me the way.
The words were still on her lips when she saw it. There, nestled in the lee of the blackened crag, rested the shattered remains of a staff. Tapsimati. Kani recognized the great staff at once. Even lying there in pieces, its power was plain. She could feel the etheric energies which radiated from its as keenly as one might the warmth of the sun. Quite how she had known that the staff had survived the Elder Primal's fury, she could not say. Standing there, it almost seemed as if the Archon's benevolent hand had guided her. This thought served to lift her spirits, and she forgot her aching legs.
Your death shall not be in vain, my friend.
Though the Wiswa's great wisdom was lost to Orozia forever, at least those destined to carry on his legacy would have his most cherished relic. The next day, Kani returned home, much to the relief of her countrymen. Gridania had not been spared Bahamut's wrath, and the return of the Elder Seeds here was a source of much comfort to all as they struggled to pick up the pieces of their shattered lives.
Strong they are in the face of such adversity, but the road ahead will not be easy.
While overseeing the reconstruction of her home, Kanisena was reunited with two members of Master Luiswa's Circle of Knowing, who had stayed behind to lend her aid to Gridania in her time of need. One day, when the time seemed right, she approached them.
Ida, Paparimo, my friends.
Kanisena searched for the right words, but they would not come. Holding out an ornate box of rosewood bearing the mark of the Carpenter's Guild, she simply nodded.
I guess that's Ida. For us? Oh, Kani, you shouldn't have.
Ida's smile froze as she raised the lid.
Master Louisois. They said he was... But I hoped...
Kani saw tears well up in the girl's eyes, and soon enough her shoulders began to shake. Even Papalimo, not one for emotional outbursts, was unable to contain his grief, and so the three of them shared a moment of mourning for the fallen Archon. The Lawful was the first to compose himself. Clearing his throat, he proceeded to expound upon the relic and its origins, as much, Kane suspected, to distract as to enlighten. Tapsimati, he explained, was fashioned from stone engraved with ancient incantations and a treasured horn of bone passed down from antiquity. As his late master had told it, the staff was the beacon that would summon the 12 down from the heavens and bring about Arozia's deliverance. You have done us a great kindness, Elder Seedseer, Papalima continued. Though none save Master Louisois possesses the power to wield Tapsimati, I shudder to think what might have resulted had it fallen into the wrong hands. You may rest assured that we will keep it safe.
I don't have the words to thank you.
It added.
If only Master Louisois was here, he always knew what to say.
Perhaps sensing further tears were imminent, Papalimo quickly pressed on. My lady, now that you are safely returned to your people, it is time we took our leave. Would that we could remain here longer to assist in the rebuilding, but other matters demand our attention. The scholarly Lalaful then proceeded to explain that the Path of the 12 and the Circle of Knowing were to be united as a single entity, an organization which would strive to realize the dream of which Archon Louisoix gave his life, peace in Erosia. The realm had lost its greatest champion, and the threat posed by the Primals, the Garlean Empire, and who knew what else loomed large upon the horizon.
And yet...
Kind of thought, as she looked into the eyes of the two Sharlians.
with brave souls like these to defend her, there is hope for Eorzea still. Whatever evils we may face in the days and years to come, know that Gridania will always stand with you.
5 years after that fateful day, the wounds left by the calamity had begun to heal in the Twelveswood and the realm at large. In those rare moments when she was granted a respite from her duties, Canisena would often reflect upon the path she had taken.
Do you watch us from above, Louisoix? As Gridania, have I done your legacy proud?
Elder Seedsir, the council requires your presence. Canin turned about with a start. Before her stood a young Huron in leather armor of the purest white. One of the key.
What?
Wonder who that is.
I don't no,
one of
hold
the
on.
keepers.
Who did this? Hold on. Leather armor of the purest white?
Yeah, one of the keepers of the Entwined Serpent, the Elder Seedsir's personal honor guard, established in the wake of the calamity. It's a young Huron in white armor.
Do you think that that's the one that she saved from the battlefield?
Yeah,
Okay,
I assume so. Yeah, I assume that's the one that she saved.
My thanks. Pray inform them that I shall join them anon.
The young soldier nodded deferentially. As he turned to take his leave, their eyes met, and the memories, ever brimming beneath the surface, came flooding back to her, the images as vivid as they were 5 years before.
We pulled him from the wreckage. He was but a boy, alone and afraid.
Yeah, that's why they said it was Huron. It was the same guy.
Yeah. Wait, I will go now. Pray accompany me.
As you wish, my lady. The youth gave a slight bow as he took his place by her side. There were few wounds that time cannot heal. Even those who once stood across the battlefield as enemies, through effort and understanding, may one day find themselves standing shoulder to shoulder, the stoutest of allies. Offering a silent prayer to Archon Louisoix and the friends she had lost, Canin turned her thoughts to the friends who now stood with her, and the countrymen who looked to her for wisdom and succor.
The true rebirth of this realm has only just begun.
As the sun's warm light streamed through the leaves and down upon the path before her, Canisena strode purposefully forward.
The greatest challenges still lie ahead. Yet we shall rise to meet them, together, as one.
That's Canisena's story.
Cute. Like, it's very...
Yeah.
How do I put it? Like... It reinforces my decision in picking Gridania as my home city. Because they just seem like nice people.
Yeah. This was like this was a really nice like leadership story. Like
Yeah.
her ordering her brother, her siblings to go home and to like look after the people while she stays to do what she can to like heal not just people but to heal Garleans as well, right? And like the culmination of that, of course, where she saved like the Garlean soldier and
like
how 5 years later like he's one of her honor guard. Like that's nice. Like, that's a nice like way to like round that out.
Yeah, I like that they emphasize it. It's a little sad that it's only because it's like very like on brand for Canisena to like, you know, help even your enemy, because she's just that kind of like very I don't want to say peaceful because it's not exactly pacifist, but it's more that like she just wants to help everyone. It's like that like goodwill person. But again, we talked about it before that like you know, in every part of the conflict there are people in the end who were sent there willingly or not, and you know, it's often forgotten in those stories, and here like they emphasize that Canisena realized that like in the end everybody like in this battle were just people, and many of them didn't want to be there in the first place. And also, but I think what's also important in this story is that they also pointed out that Canisena was the one who initiated like the rebirth of Eorzean Alliance. That she was the one who decided that no, we should actually do something. We shouldn't just sit idly and watch.
Yeah,
Which is
I think
interesting.
yeah, it's interesting because it's something that adds depth to her character, because even in this story she spoke about how she feels responsible because she's the one that started bringing everyone back together to go to war against the Garlean Empire, and as a result of that, like, all these people died, right? And it's not necessarily her fault, but like she feels somewhat responsible regardless, which is interesting. I will say that these 3 stories have been really well written, and it's a shame we didn't get more of this in Rome Reborn. Obviously, this was written after the fact and released after the fact, and I would say that the writing was done really well. There's a couple of things here that aren't in Final Fantasy. One, I don't know if you noticed, but the gravity of what's happening and the intensity of it has been a lot more. It's been a lot more intense in all 3 of these episodes. Like the idea of like, you know, people like covered like in gore and
Yeah,
the
like
battlefield
because
and
they
war.
can't exactly
And
like show it in the game itself.
Yeah, and the idea of people getting mentally fatigued from seeing so many of their own like dead friends to the point where they just can't go. Like that's like a very mature, that's like a very adult like approach to war and to battle and to this kind of situation. It was very similar in the Sultana 7, where we saw the Sultana going through the streets. It was when she was going through the street when there were people that were burned, right? There were people that were charred. There were dead, burnt bodies like all around.
And she had to like pass them by and not pay attention.
Yes, exactly.
Despite being still like she was still a teenager then as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like each of these stories have had like some more like quote unquote realistic moments like that, which are never really represented in the game because the game is a little bit more PG, and obviously it's less graphic. And this kind of like grounds you a little bit more, and it's done in a really nice way. The other thing that they did here, which I wish they did more in the Rome Reborn, was the idea of there being Garleans in Gridania. Like people like the idea that some of these soldiers, they used to be a part of the Garlean Empire and now they've joined Gridania and stuff like that's interesting, right? That's really interesting, and it's a shame that they never touch on that character and on that dynamic
in the game itself. Yeah, because that's not so much about showing, but like more a story thing. Where like I feel like it was maybe like mentioned like as like, you know, a throwaway line here and there, but like it was never like very focused on that, like, you know, on the opposing side, like those people still, you know, they have their own lives and they were just forced to serve here.
Yeah, and it's a bit of a shame, and it applies to all 3 of these stories where they all do. I would say they all do a good job when it comes to giving you a little bit more insight and perspective to each of these 3 leaders. And I said this before. We spoke about this in the last stream. How for a lot of these characters, we just haven't spent much time with them at all, despite them being around for a while. Like I mentioned that Raban, he's the exception because Raban was given a lot of attention, a lot of focus because of the story, not just even in Stormblood, but he got a lot of attention in Heaven's Ward as well, because that's when he got his arm cut off, that's when he got kidnapped and all that stuff. And even in A Realm Reborn, because of what happened with the Sultana, like for whatever reason, like the writers seem to enjoy giving more focus to Raban, but we don't really get much focus on Kanesena or the Sultana or Melwib, even though we started in Gridania. Like Kanesena was very much so doing her own thing.
Yeah, like she would like people, every now and then we would meet her, but like it was more like an audience and less like her being actually involved in anything.
Exactly. So it was very impersonal. It was very impersonal, the interactions we had with Kanesena, that we had with Sultana, that we had with Melwib. So these are really nice stories to give us more perspective and more insight and more just context for those characters, to the point where I wish we got more of Kanesena. Like I wish we got more of this. Like this is interesting. This is cool. We don't really get any of this in the game itself, unfortunately. We don't get much interactions with her like that. So it's a well-written story. It's a shame that we don't get as much of this in the base game itself. I would hope that changes moving forward, and we're able to give some attention to some of these other characters. I would hope so. I would hope so, especially because, I mean, this is a bit of a meta comment, but in Stormblood, it does feel like we spoke about this previously, but they're intentionally like thinning the cast in a way. Like they're getting rid of certain characters, they're pushing them to the side, and I would hope that moving forward we're able to focus on the characters that we have, right? I hope they're able to achieve that. Yeah, that's an interesting story that can be told.
Also, this makes me think. I'm like trying. Obviously, my memory is trash, but I'm trying to remember like who is in Kanisena's personal guard when we meet her. Because like I wonder, like, is like her entire guard made of like saved Guardians because like nobody else would have them?
That would be cool. Like speaking about what happened there, like the idea of her personally staying for a week. Remember, it was a week. She stayed there for a week, barely eating, barely sleeping, like healing and saving everyone that she could. And that's a very personal thing to do. So the idea of like a bunch of Garlean soldiers who were personally saved by the leader of Gridania, there's a very high chance that they would defect, that they would, they would follow her, and they would like become Gridanian.
Yeah, but my point is being more that like there's also a chance that Gridanian, being known for very like non-inclusive people, to put it that way, like maybe they would not be willing to accept them, and then Kanisena would step in. Well, if nobody else wants to like house you and give you a job, then you're gonna work for me, kind of thing.
That's what I mean. Like it would have been so interesting to have explored this in A Realm Reborn. And what I mean by that is that in A Realm Reborn, what did they establish from the beginning, and they hammered down, and even up until this expansion, for Ul'dah is their refugee issue with Al Amigo, right? It's like they have a massive refugee issue. So, and we only up until now we're really kind of exploring that a little bit more. But that was like a big issue that they had. It would have been interesting to have heard something similar with Gridania, where maybe it was an issue and they got over it. Maybe it still is an issue. Maybe it isn't an issue. The idea of them getting a bunch of Garlean refugees from the war and having them stay in Gridania and become a part. And again, as you said, like maybe they aren't accepted, but maybe they are. Like maybe Gridanians, they just accept them as their own and then they just move on from there. I don't know, but there's like a story to tell there. There's something that you can get into, and it would have been interesting to have heard that.
I'm just saying that because I feel like in many, like, just random side quests or main quests, we are very, very much so reminded that Gridanians are not very fond of other people, specifically the Gridanian.
Yeah, they're more
LSM.
isolationist.
Yeah, they're very, they're quite, like, they're not, like, they're not Ishgard level of isolation, but they still don't really look fondly at, like, foreigners. So that's why I assume they would be very likely that they would not look fondly at, their literal enemies just 5 minutes ago.
Yeah,
which
and then,
again would be very Kanisena to like step in and like put a good word for them.
And that would be interesting if that happened. Then suddenly you find out that there's like a contingent in the Twin Adder, or maybe she has her own like personal like
that's why I'm saying
entourage or guard of specifically like Garlean soldiers.
Yeah, right? because specifically we have seen this in game that Kanisena's guard is completely separate from the Twin Adders.
Yeah, they are.
She has her own guard that's like not related to any part of the other Gridanian like military force.
Yeah.
Which again would make a lot of sense if those were like the people that were not accepted into the Serpents because they're not Gridanian, but like she still wanted them to have a place.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you can expand on this, and it's definitely like an interesting thing to like explore, which they didn't, unfortunately. But like there's a bunch of stuff here that's that you can mine with that sort of stuff.
Yeah. There's some cool stories there.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And again, as I said, it reinforces my choice to pick Gridania as my home.
Yeah. For sure. Like even not just that, but like even hearing her interaction with the Gridanian soldier as well, where he was of course ready to kill him, and then she as taking a more leadership position, like she ordered him not to, and to look after him, and then he he like that, like there was nothing like begrudgingly about it. Like he
Yeah.
didn't like
Like
grumble
he
or
was a bit
something. I know,
unsure
like,
about what
just-
happened, but he like that's a command.
Yeah.
Although
Yeah.
I will say,
and obviously you get the idea that she went around and she healed everyone, and the Guardians like they joined them, right? Like where
Yeah.
else would they have gone, right?
but I will say something else that it's also like another like minor thing. But even when like the soldier, I don't remember what they call it, but the serpent soldier or whatever, when he was like pointing his like weapon at the galleon, he didn't say like, oh, this like dog has to, like, he was like, don't worry, like my lady, he won't feel any pain or something like that. Like he already saw that Kalisena is not okay with it. Like he already had that like awareness of the situation.
Well, either that or that's just their culture.
Yeah, but like
that's
either
how they
way,
are,
like it's a
right?
very different to like the full-on aggression of like, oh, they should all burn in
Yeah,
fire.
there was no malice there or anything.
Yeah, there
it was
was no
very
malice.
like clinical or very like as you said, he's like don't worry, like you won't feel any pain. Like
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. That's cool. But yeah, so that was a short tale. Again, we plan on we plan on reading some of these tales every now and then. Maybe at the start of a stream, maybe like every now and then. We probably won't read one out whenever we do the Starlight events. But yeah.
I feel like
now
they're a
whenever we
little
have,
bit
like, an
too
MSQ stream or
grim for a Starlight event.
Yeah.
Because they're all about
Well,
like
again,
war and
it's
stuff.
written well. It's written well.
Yeah. They're good stories.
Yeah, it's good to start the stream off on a high notes before we barrel down into the MSQ.
no.
Let's go.
Okay, hey. We closed off the Lalamigo, okay? We are going with a fresh head. Doma is gonna be good. Okay? Doma is gonna be good.
Yes.
Okay? That's yeah.
Is it?
gonna be
Remember
fine.
how Azula's alive and she has like amnesia?
She's gonna be
or-
fine. Stop ruining my positive
she's like,
mindset.
She's like all bubbly. Remember we said that the way they can fix it is if the building fell on her head and she has like
Yes.
brain damage.
And that was
she's,
actually
like,
my
has
idea.
amnesia.
Like that's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
very
yeah.
it's a very not the kind of thing I would say, but the thing is I cannot remember, but I think in the cinematic when they crash on the island she's still normal. And that's the sad part. Because then they cannot put it in if that's like,
Yeah,
she's
but
still
I agree.
normal.
The one way you can redeem that character is if they have amnesia. Like they've done that before, like in other media, right? Where because they don't know and they don't remember.
Yeah,
what
like they don't know what they
you can't
did,
necessarily. Yeah, you can't hold that against them, and so you treat them like a person, right? Now, typically in other media, whenever that happens, there's always a moment where the person remembers what they did, and then there's drama, and that the drama unfolds in the story. But that's something that you could do to try to redeem the character and have us like interact with her in a more like natural way.
For those who might have missed it, what happened was that we saw that like who we call Azula, but her name is
Azula.
Yoru? I don't remember right now. I remembered it last episode. I forgot already.
Yeah, it's like
But
it's like
we call her
it's
Azula
like,
because she's very much like Azula from Avatar.
it's
but-
like Assail.
No, not this. It's like something starting with a Y, but I forgot again. But anyway, what my point is that like she was the person in charge in Doma because she wasn't like official, but like she was put in charge of Doma and she was very sadistic.
She was the she was the remember
I don't remember what the word is for it, but like she wasn't the Garlean, but she was appointed by Garleans to rule. And she was like the wife of someone important in Doma as well, but he died. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But anyway, the point is that she was extremely sadistic, so in our eyes she crossed the line when it's close to impossible to redeem her. But the last time we saw her, she suddenly was like very cheerful and like like almost childlike, which is why we had that idea of like amnesia or brain damage, because they just like completely like changed her personality. But like we only saw that one scene, but like her personality just seemed completely different to who we were.
Yeah, it feels like, to be honest, it feels like I had the same feeling previously in the last patch where the writers of the story changed their mind on something and they decided to retcon. What was it last episode? For the last MSQ, what did they retcon? I can't even remember. I just destroyed it from my memory.
What do you mean by retcon?
Where they had an idea for something and then they decided to change that idea.
You mean about Lorito's involvement, I think, where like he was supposed to put money but then he didn't put money?
No, it's there was that which they retconned. But it feels like for Azula, the original plan was to have her killed because they doubled down on how sadistic she was. Like they didn't have to. They did not have to do that. But remember they did the whole thing with it, like they zoomed in on her face and they made her shoot the Gotsetsu in the back and all that stuff like that. Like they hammered, they really laid it on thick. That's what I'm looking for. They laid it on thick, just how much just how evil she is, right? They laid it on as thick as possible. So then the idea of bam, next patch they want to they keep her alive and they want to try to like redeem her. It feels like either a different team of writers stepped in or they just changed their mind and they're like, oh, like you know what? We actually want to use this character, and we kind of ruined them, but now we have to do something with them. And
I think it could also be the kind of thing where like they make this story, they make this like horrible character, as in like horrible person, but then it turns out that like the players like her for whatever reason, and they're like, well, I guess we have to like do something with her because people like her.
Yeah, that's true. That could be another reason as to why they did it. But like
that's what it feels like to me, because she has that like certain vibe of like, oh, she would be very popular in like fan art and stuff, kind of thing.
Yeah, I think for people that don't think about it, I think they could like the character for sure. I think like mainstream audiences, but like I agree, like. As in, like, the initial plan was not to use her again, but maybe because of the reception, they decided to. That could be a reason as to why. Or, as you mentioned, maybe the writers themselves wanted to change that, right? Themselves. They wanted to... They wanted to use the character. And maybe, like, the hands of the writers was, like, passed from one team to the other, coming into the next patch.
Hard to say, but I guess we will find out. Also, let me quickly fix the music. I specifically put this music just for a reason.
I would say it's the same with Gosetsu, because we spoke about it, right? Like, them not killing Gosetsu in that moment as well, like, takes away from the character.
Yeah, because they made it, like, a very dramatic moment, only... Like, the whole story, like, they made, like, a huge lead-up to it, and the dramatic moment, only to, like, tell us, oh, he's not dead, he's fine.
Yeah, for him not to die there is worse for the story, for sure.
As much as we like Gosetsu, like that's the thing, we like Gosetsu, it's great to have him, but the way they put the story just made it seem weird.
Yes, which is why either it's as you said, like because of fan feedback they decide to bring him back and to keep him alive, or they hand it off to a different set of writers and they're like, oh, we actually want to use that character. we like that character enough where we're going to change things so that we can actually use that character ourselves.
Right.
It's one or the other. Anyway, we gotta go to Rag's Reach.
We're going to Dom.
Also, there was another retcon thing that we spoke about last time, which I've now forgotten.
If you forgot that, why would I even?
True.
I probably removed it from my memory as soon as possible. No, but honestly, I don't know. I think there was something.
Oh yeah, $4. That's it. No, yeah, it was $4. Okay. That's it.
Yeah, because you called it a retcon, and I don't consider it a retcon. I do.
Well, I say retcon. It's technically
technically it's not a retcon because we didn't have that knowledge. They just added that knowledge, but it doesn't fit the rest of the character.
it's a quote unquote retcon in the sense that they change the overall backstory and how you think and perceive the character with the revelation of their backstory, a backstory that we didn't know before and the writers didn't know before. That's the reality. The reality is that it seemed apparent that the writers, they didn't know what her backstory was either until they wrote it in this patch, and it felt like it was a different team, right? It felt like the people that initially wrote her character weren't the same people that decided on her backstory because of how jarringly different it was, right? That's like the quote unquote retcon, is that it feels like the writing was passed to another set of people that had a different idea for the character than it was originally intended. So technically, like, not a retcon,
it's technically not a retcon, but like
it was just a decision that was made after they created the character, which retroactively changed your perception of the character and their motivations and everything that happened in like the MSQ, right? Like it's like now suddenly, suddenly she has less motivation to actually care about the Alamegan people and all that stuff. Like it's just, and apparently like they always called her a traitor, right? That like all that stuff. Like they just changed all of it.
I do want to point out that like part of why we criticize this so much is because there are some like good things in there that could be used, but because of this they aren't. Like, again, I would say, for example, I like the idea of the whole Echo deal with, like, her not being able to, like, control it. It's like, that's interesting. That's something to explore because she doesn't have it naturally. But because, the context is the way it is, like, it kind of lands flat.
Yeah, and actually, you just reminded me, by the way, Kuro. The biggest retcon that we ended the last stream on that I'd completely forgotten about until now. Xenos being alive.
True. We don't know yet. We don't know yet.
If he's alive, look, if he's alive, like that's.
I'm still gonna believe that this is just propaganda of the Empire.
That'd be the best way to do it.
That's just a way for them to stop the riot, essentially, because we already knew that like the people at the top are fighting for power. So them knowing that one of them is, out of the race could cause like more issues. So maybe like everybody like kept it hush, just so there's no more like fighting.
Yeah. It's just like I 100 like we already agreed on this. We already spoke about it last time, but it is 100% just straight up bad writing if we find out that Xenos is alive, because then it becomes apparent that the writers didn't know what they were doing when they killed him, right? Because then it shows that they had no foresight as to where the story would go if they wanted to actually keep him alive.
I would say
like
it does kind of also, like, lore-wise, it kind of makes us as a party in this conflict incompetent, that we would just let the Gallia come and take his body just randomly.
That's why like it takes you out of the. It like ruins the immersion
again
because it's so off that it's like this doesn't make any sense.
Unless he truly turned into ether and they just like combed him out of the live stream. That's the only way.
Like there's a way to maneuver this to make it make sense. It doesn't make it good, but they can make it make sense. Like they can say like, oh, you know what? Because he didn't he merge himself? Didn't he merge himself with the primal?
Like that's the thing, we never like truly understood what he did, that he became the
primal.
But
it doesn't matter. They can just say that whatever the hell happened there, like he turned himself into a primal, or he turned himself into ether, or like you can write it in such a way where canonically it makes sense that he would be alive, but that doesn't make it good writing. Like that doesn't make it a good story. But you could write it in such a way that it makes sense that we wouldn't notice that his body
just disappeared,
but it like reemerged. Yeah. Like you can write that. That's fine. That's easy. That's easy to do. You can do that. That doesn't make it good.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, you know what? As much as like I don't know how to put it, because I don't want to say that I would. Because I don't want to make it like a shipping thing, but part of me wanted to see Fordora's reaction to Xenos being dead and her actually being upset about it. But like not in like a shipping kind of sense, like, oh, like it's her beloved or something, but just in the sense because that was like a person she actually like, I wouldn't say related to, but like she spoke to him like on equal terms and he kind of enjoyed it as well.
Well, that's why they shouldn't have. We're so mad. This like it's just there's just so many better ways to ruin this. Story.
Yeah, but
there's just
but
so
what
many
I
better
mean
ways
that
of
like
it.
that's why it would also be like a big thing if he did like die and he's like dead, and then we tell Fordola that he's dead because she didn't see him die. Then we like tell Fordola that he's dead, and like her reaction to it because you know she was working with him pretty closely, and that would be interesting like on that level where like what was her like relation to him.
Now, the people that wrote the story, they forgot that $4 had a history with Xenos. They forgot. So that's why they didn't write it.
Okay, Liz, what
I'll fax them. I'll fax them later. I'll remind them about it. I'll be like, hey, remember how $4? Remember how she like had like this respectful
And just for you, when I was making the new tabs, you know, I put this one emote in. Do you want to know what it is?
It's the faxing emote. Ah, yes. Beautiful.
Just for you, it's there.
Beautiful. Remember link pearls? Remember that?
Link pearls?
Alright. This is tidings to share with you.
Wait, why is he here? Mielikka, great timing. I was just about to send word to the Scions. I've got lots to tell you. The Council has officially recognized the Resistance as our standing army. And I expect you can guess who's been appointed commander. Suffice it to say, we need a good hand. No, that wasn't a good one.
Nah, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that they keep making fun of it.
No, why are you making fun of him? What?
Yeah, like there are situations where you can do that, but like I feel like it's overdone. Like they keep doing it in like very serious conversations.
Well, they just had Pippin make fun of it earlier.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That like it feels like it keeps happening. I guess there was like space between the patches, but regardless, like it's too much. Whatever.
The writers really like making fun of it.
Apparently.
They do.
Also, I feel like okay. Here's the thing. I feel like it's a better joke if Rauban is the one making it. Because if other people are laughing about him being disabled, that's kind of mean, isn't it? And fun fact, actually, there was. I heard the tale because I didn't see it myself. I heard the tale of a teacher in my city who had like a hand defect, just you know, a birth hand defect where like her fingers weren't quite there. And apparently she would frequently make jokes about it like in class where like she's like, okay, you know, you can start writing the test. I hope everyone got their fingers and stuff like that. It's like, you know, if they make fun of it, that's fine. But you making fun of it, it's kinda, you know.
Yeah. You know what it reminds me of? Tough in Avatar Last Airbender. She would constantly make fun of the fact that she's blind, right?
Okay. Yeah,
she would always make fun of it, and it would be funny, right? Like she like just, but she has that personality where she doesn't give a fuck, right? She doesn't give a fuck about what people think or what people say, but she would always just bring up the fact that she's blind and just have fun with it and make jokes about it.
It's like everybody's like, oh, look, it's so pretty. It's like, yeah, I wish I could. It's like, you know, she would always say something.
Yeah. She'd always be sassy about it.
Yeah, she was very sassy,
which was great.
But again, when she says it, it's funny. But if somebody would be like, well, you stupid child, can't even see, like that's not funny, you know?
Well, like it's. I would say it's different because it's Liz. Because right now she's meant to be like being mentored by Raban. Like this, like their relationship is different. It should be different. It should be like a teacher-student kind of relationship. It should be like a mentor-mentoree
like more
sort of
like
thing.
respect,
So
right?
Yeah, exactly. Specifically for like their relationship.
But I would
how
say
they interact. That's
I would say also like isn't like this whole arc, as in like I'm not even saying like expansion, but like this whole like Alamigo arc, isn't that supposed to be Liz growing up?
Yeah, it is.
It's supposed to be her becoming mature because she started as a child essentially. Like she always had that very like childish demeanor, but like she was supposed to mature.
I need to stop you. Okay, you said the wrong thing. You said growing up. No, this character does not grow. Okay.
I know, but that's why I'm saying that she's supposed to. That's why I said she's supposed to.
Yeah.
That was the important part. Oh well.
Yeah.
Having the Bull of Alamigo at the helm has done wonders for morale. People were dancing in the streets when the announcement was made, and we have you and the Sultana to thank for it. If you two hadn't worked your magic, he'd never have contemplated following his heart. I'm just gonna shake my head. I'm not gonna comment. I'm gonna shake my head. The Council has decreed that we're to maintain a presence in Ralik's Reach. Liz will continue to lead our forces in the fringes, a job she's been doing tirelessly. A bit too tirelessly, some might say. We're constantly having to remind her to rest before she falls over. That's an exaggeration. And I always get up again. Anyway, we can hardly afford to lower our guard now. Not after our latest brush with Lakshmi. Speaking of which, we've been keeping a close eye on the Kalyana, and it looks like they've chosen a new leader. It's, Shanti's daughter. You know, the half-dead one. For whatever reason,
I mean,
the
the
Kalyana...
dead one. The dead one.
Yeah, the dead. She is dead. I mean, I guess technically she may be alive, like as in like.
No, she's like a zombie.
Yeah, but what I mean is like if you define alive, but like by her body is functioning, then she is alive. Yes.
Uh-huh.
For whatever reason, the Kalyana thought that she was the best candidate, which makes them leaderless, basically.
So we have confirmation that was her mother that died.
Yes.
We
knew that.
Now we have confirmation. It's the same person. That actually had like a story coming into it, and there could have been like a little bit more depth to the character, but they just did nothing with it, and then she just died. That's it.
Huh. And she like never like. We never explored the fact that she realized that her goddess cheated her.
Yeah.
Because we did have that realization when she's like, hold on, this is not what I asked for, but they didn't continue that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Yep.
They chose not to have depth for the character. Well, they chose not to pursue it.
I was gonna say maybe that's what they're gonna do now that they're talking about her daughter. That like, you know, they're gonna tell like, but that's
who's gonna care? The mother's dead.
Yeah,
the mother's dead.
I mean.
The daughter's dead.
Yeah, but that's not even what I mean. Why would they, as in they, the tribe, care if the mother didn't? That's more the problem.
Yeah, no one cares. Just no one cares. Yeah, just move on.
I guess so.
Move on.
As things stand, there's no prospect of engaging in talks, let alone coming to an understanding. But I won't let that stop me. I'll keep on reaching out to them until they finally see sense. Just like I've been reaching out to Fordola. She still won't meet my gaze, but she's given up on trying to ignore me. It may only be the odd grunt, but at least she's responding. I'll get through to her yet.
Light, there you are.
Alice is here. Alfino, Alice, is everything alright? We've
come to take you to the next expansion.
Yes, we've got to take you to the next expansion so that you can be hospitalized.
Come to take you away. Get out of here.
Get them. We've received word from Tataru. Hancock has apparently acquired information of great interest and urgency. More than that, she didn't say. Only that we could come to Kugane right away.
I had a mind for the two of us to set forth together, but Alice is determined to make it a party of 3.
Yes, let's take her. Please. She needs some screen time. As I've told you more than a dozen times, brother, my wounds are quite healed, and I would benefit from some fresh air. Besides, you may well need an extra pair of hands.
Worry not, sister. I have quite given up on trying to convince you. Whether we be 2 or 3, we should depart as soon as possible. You'll be joining us, I trust.
I was about to say I'd come too, but I just have to settle for cheering you on from afar. Good luck with whatever it turns out to be.
Thank you, Liz. Rest assured, should this business prove to be of even tangential concern to our amigo, we shall inform you without delay. Let us be off then. Hancock and Tataru await for us at the Ruby Bazaar offices.
See, here's the thing. Because I'm not gonna like start another roundabout because that's like everybody knows my position at this point. But like again, we should not work with East Aldenite Company, period. But they could write an interesting story there where Hancock essentially, like as in Hancock personally, becomes like Tataro's pawn, where like she is able to like manipulate him to the point where like he's actually not considered dangerous because of how he listens to her. They could write a story there which would make it okay to contact him specifically because she would like have him wrapped around her finger to the point where he wouldn't like tell he's superior or something, kind of thing.
Well, it's yeah, it's one of those things where, like, again, like there's a lot that they could have done. There's just a lot that they just could have done with the story.
Yeah, but that's why I'm like focusing on like what could be done there, like.
Yeah. That's what I'm getting at, is that there's just a lot of lost potential with what they could have done here in Kugane, as we mentioned before. When it comes to Tataro, when it comes to Alphino as well, the idea of them establishing themselves here and being left here for most of the expansion to work on more diplomatic relations and this more like, you know, subterfuge, like Game of Thrones-esque kind of like battle of like, you know, making alliances, talking to people, and kind of like forging connections, and this battle of information could have been done, but they just chose not to. But I agree that would have been a way to
make it more okay to work,
to use Hancock and to use the Adna Trading Company, and to make it clear that they are a tool that's being used, not someone that we're cooperating and partnering with, right?
That, but also I feel like it would be important to establish that we are working like with Hancock specifically and not with the company per se. That like that's why I would draw the line, because like you cannot do that right now because he already like sent Sultana to Lororito and stuff, so we know that like he will report everything to Lororito. But it would be more interesting because again, like kind of coming back to that like Garlean army kind of thing, where like, you know, people who are like lower ranks don't necessarily like have the same beliefs as the people higher up. They aren't necessarily there by their own choice. Like obviously this is a job, so they have more say there, but still, like, you know, they are like their own people. So like it would make sense if like this was like, you know, this is like a far away establishment far from the mainland, so like maybe they have like less influence from Lolorito himself, but they cannot do that anymore.
Yeah, it would have been good to set that up, especially because Lorito is a character that they intentionally kept alive and they intentionally have here, so that it's most likely going to be... He's a character that will most likely be addressed, and the story is going to be focusing on him in a future expansion. Maybe here in the post-patch, maybe, but most likely like in a future expansion, and that's fine. But like you can then set up like the dominoes ahead of time here of you having someone on the inside that you can use or maybe even trust.
Yeah, so like
and to the point where you can turn someone to be more of an ally to you and less of an ally to Lorito, who's like in the know of what's happening within the company itself. Right?
Exactly.
That's like interesting.
Like basically putting like kind of Hancock as our spy in there, and then at the end maybe either Lorito is like not leading the company anymore, or maybe like this specific branch of the company like separates itself from the main company or something, and then they're like more trustworthy for us because they're not working with him.
Yeah, and this is like one of those little like breadcrumbs that you would set up ahead of time, right? Like that would be a nice kind of like beginning of a setup to like a future like encounter and a future, you know, problem that is going to be Lorito. Again, that's something that they could have done. They haven't done it here. What I was going to say is, when it comes to constructing a game and constructing a narrative and constructing a story, what you should do, in my mind, ideally, is in the MSQ in the base game, you go through this area and you go through this region with your initial party, right? It would have been us, and it should have been us, Yugiri, and Alice. And they threw this in.
No, we didn't have Yugiri then. We didn't have Yugiri then.
No, yeah, but she's someone that we eventually joined our party, right? Eventually, because we were looking for her, remember? Like,
but that's why I'm saying that we didn't find her until like way later.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. But that was like the party that we had in Doma. And so what you do is those are the characters you focus on in this region, and then when it comes to the post patch, then you change the party up. It's like, okay, so you already went through here and you spent a bunch of time with Alice, with Yugiri, with Liz. Now this is where you can have like Thancred, Ida, right, Alphinaud. Because in my mind, originally when it came to the story, you would have kept Alphinaud here in Doma, here in Kugane, which they kind of did, but they just didn't do anything with it. But like that's how I would approach like a post patch, and revisiting a zone is that you went through it initially with certain characters and then you revisit it, but this time with a fresh set of characters who now you can focus on, now you can give them some time and attention, and now they can have their own unique perspective on this land and this region, which is meant to be a new one that they've never been to
because
before,
you already
right?
know it. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So that's, in my mind, that's like kind of like story writing 101, is that you go in with like some characters first, you do your thing, and then now you can give some attention to Thancred and
like you can give more attention to the
or
characters
Stola.
themselves, because you already like don't have to explore the land. That's what
Yeah, exactly. So I would say it's a shame that we're coming back here with Alice and with Alphinaud, because I guess Alphinaud it's different, but with Alice we already kind of like had our journey here and had our like story here. I like they're in a really weird position because they chose not to spend a lot of time with Alice, so we have to spend time with Alice now. But that's just because of their poor writing previously.
Yeah, but where it felt like we should be spending time with Alice, like it felt like it was like her time to shine. Yeah,
and we didn't, right? Like, the problem is that we didn't spend enough time with Alice initially, so now we have to spend more time with her because they just didn't do it beforehand.
Also, to respond to what Soko is saying, Soko feels bad for Liz. I said that on the very beginning. I really wanted to like Liz because I liked Ida. I actually did like Ida. Like, she was like, this kind of like a little bit of an annoying child sometimes, but like I liked the character and I wanted to like Liz. But unfortunately, the writers have been rough with her. Like, it's sad because she really could be a good character. Like, we did mention that like there are some things that like need changing, but like she could be a good character, but unfortunately they were pretty rough with her.
Yeah. Like, it's like I just feel bad for the character, yes, because they decided to write her poorly. Like, what can we do? What can we do? Alright, Hancock. Let's go in.
Yeah, I understand, Soko.
I remember you, Giddy.
Remember you, Giddy. Ooh.
My friends, thank you for coming at such short notice.
We were told the matter was urgent. I take it Yugiri and Soroban are also involved?
My presence here is but a happy coincidence. I am come on separate business, which can wait.
My apologies. Master Hancock, pray, tell our friends exactly what you told me.
Of course. Some few days ago, a large detachment of soldiers was seen arriving at the Garlean embassy. This seemed to me most unusual, as no personages of note are due to visit for a matter of months. So, I made a few inquiries, whereupon I learned of a most curious rumor. Apparently, the soldiers were dispatched to Kugane to investigate recent sightings of a certain individual. The late acting Imperial Viceroy of Doma, Yotsuyu.
I beg your pardon?
I too am loath to believe it. I saw the keep come down on top of her. We all did.
I would not presume to question your eyewitness accounts, nor am I one to take rumors at face value. The fact is, the Garleans have no knowledge of what took place at Doma Castle, They may well be chasing after a woman who merely resembles Yotsuyu. But a woman who resembles Yotsuyu in the company of a grizzled Rogadan samurai? I dare say that thickens the plot.
Gosetsu! He's alive!
While I've no conclusive proof, I thought that such a possibility warranted your attention.
Have you informed Lord Hien? Well, I think we'd all like to believe the old bear survived.
Indeed. While I dare not give myself wholly to hope, I will not deny that I have prayed for such a miracle ever since that fateful day. But regardless of my personal feelings, if the Empire has seen fit to pursue these rumors so vigorously, we can scarce afford to ignore them. I am bound by duty to ascertain the truth of the matter. Will you join me in this quest? Thank you. If Gosetsu yet lives, he will need our help if he is to avoid capture.
Gosetsu is a dear friend, and we cannot abandon him to the mercy of the Empire. Our course is clear. Hancock, is there aught else you can tell us?
Alas not. But I have taken the liberty of employing one of the finest informants money can buy. You shall have the latest intelligence on the Garlean's movements, and more besides.
Henda.
That was not. Yeah, let's trust this person. Seems trustworthy. What's wrong? This-
Also, the word we were looking for was Viceroy. That was the word we were
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
for
that was
before
the-
when
that was the
describing Azula.
Because my point was that she wasn't like a king or like a somebody from
was
the
the vice-
Guardian.
she was
Like
the
she was
viceroy.
appointed.
Yeah. She was like appointed governor, like Viceroy.
Yeah, like a
for-
governor,
yeah.
But yeah, like this guy definitely won't stop us. He seems trustworthy.
The informant awaits your pleasure in the back streets of Sanjo Hanamachi. From its shining facade to its dark underbelly, few know Kugane as intimately as he.
One of the finest informants money can buy. Why do I have a bad feeling about this?
Permit me to assist you in your quest, my friends. The sooner your business is concluded, the sooner we may speak of mine. Should your search take you away from Kugane, my boat is at your disposal. I shall see that she is ready to set sail.
I'll give Soroban a hand. If he's providing us a ship, the least we can do is supply the provisions. We'll be at the pier if you need us.
A welcome offer and an excellent plan. Without further ado, then, let us seek out this informant in Sanjo Hanamachi.
So, first, I just want to first address something. Because I found it very funny. Where it's like, oh, I have something of the most importance, and you have to be here right now, and there's this information that you have to have. Okay? This is very important. I invited all these people involved in the affairs, they need to know. And then we're like, oh, okay, we arrived, what's the information? Oh, hello, Soroban, are you also here for information? No, I'm just here on business, I can wait. Okay, let's tell you all the secret information as well.
Yeah.
If he's waiting, then wait in the lobby. That made no sense for him to just stand there as he's waiting for
Yeah,
his
it does.
turn.
Yeah.
And not only was he waiting for his turn, we also somehow got him involved because of it, and he's still waiting for his business.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
it's
damn
it's it's a weird narrative decision. Yeah, sure. I have things to say, but for now, I'm BRB.
Okay.
Gonna go get the bunnies their buckets.
Okay.
BRB.
Okay. Hold on, the cat is gonna be soaked. There you go. There you go. Gotta keep the cat dry. But yeah, I did find it pretty funny that they specifically like, oh no, I'm just here on business. I'm just gonna wait, and he just stands there. Okay. Super secret meeting. So yeah, I love how they're like, oh yeah, you know, we heard that Kosetsu and Yotsu may be somewhere here, and like, you know, they are in danger. But like from the cinematic, we've also seen that they're not exactly trying to hide either. Like maybe Yotsu is trying, but like Kosetsu is just walking plain as day. We actually talked about it last time that like he literally has friends in the city. It makes no sense for him to just be walking around and like nobody recognizes him. You know what? I'm also gonna be right back. Hold on. Do I have a text file that I can put on the top of the screen? Text. Add. Be right back. No, not this big. Color. Yellow. Okay. There you go. Be right back.
Hello? Okay, there you're muted. Couple maybe guns. Just overall feel as Celtics being rough feels bad. I mean, I have no because of how they treated the character, I don't think I have any sympathy for the writers and what they've decided to do with the character itself. I don't. I think at this point, I don't know if Kuro would agree, but at this point, I think I've lost any kind of charitability with the writers in this expansion when it comes to what they've decided to do with Liz and with her character. They had so many opportunities. They had so, we spoke about it during the streams, during the MSQ. When it happened often. There were I want to say there were like 5 times. There were like 5 different times in the story where it's like, you know what? This is a really good moment for Liz to reflect, for Liz to have this to have a heart to heart or to have a character moment to grow and to learn and to improve and to mature. There were opportunities. They were at times there were these massive neon signs that was like, hey, character development here, you can do it, and they chose not to do any of it. They made the decision to just ignore all of the signs, all the typical ways off this ride, you know. they could have. There was so many, even in the post patch we spoke about it, even in the post patch with Raban, there were opportunities to give Liz's character, and the writers hate her because the writers refuse. I think we spoke about it. The writers, it feels like they want to keep her stupid, and they want to keep her bubbly and naive, and they want to keep the character as is instead of having her achieve and be anything more than that, which is a shame. It's like what are you doing? It's like what the hell? So at this point, it's just it's too much. It's been too much for me. But I would go that far. I think at this point it's apparent that they want to keep her they want to keep Liz as this ditzy character, this ditzy unserious character. They didn't have to. They didn't have to do that to her, but it feels like they've made the decision that that's what they want out of the character. That's a shame. It's a shame. Smirch. At least whoever wrote this expansion, I have no faith. I have no faith in the writers that they're going to have the character grow this expansion at this point. But in future expansions, that they'll have the opportunity to do something more with the character. I look forward to it. I feel like if they wanted to do something with Liz, they would have done it by now, like in Stormblood. Oh, we'll see.
Okay, I am back.
Hello, Copa.
Hello.
Hello.
So, what
did you see the new parasol that I sent you?
I did. Hold on, let me test it. It's a paper one though. But yes.
It's gonna get wet.
Where is it? Was the plum.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. It's nice. Colorful.
Yeah. It's very bright.
Mm-hmm.
It's very bright purple.
Yeah, but it's nice.
Yeah. Found it at the bottom of the ocean.
Okay.
So what I was gonna say is, in regards to the plot line, now we know, right? Now we've established the plot line for 4.2, right? That this is what's happening in Doma, and looks like we're following and we're looking for Azula and Gosetsu, because they survived the MSQ for whatever reason.
Can we mention the fact that we mentioned last time that it doesn't look like Gosetsu is exactly hiding?
Yeah. So I was thinking, is this the best way to really reintroduce these characters? Is have Hancock just tell us that they're here? It's I think a much better way to write a story here. It's very common in media to have parallels with the two sides with what's going on. You spoke about something that they could potentially do with the Zeno, which would be more interesting than what they're going to do. And that's like the whole like propaganda thing. The idea that he is dead, but they play up the idea that maybe he isn't, just to like maintain morale and maintain order in the region, which sounds like something the Empire would do. But like the idea to try to push that to make sure that no one like that there's no like revolts and there's no like uprising. And they may even have someone like even dress up in Xenos' armor, right? Just to play that part, just to continue that going. When I say parallels, I like the idea of like propaganda going both ways, where what you would do. No, they're not going to do any of this. But what I would do is that because they decided to show these little snippets, these little cutscenes where we've seen Gosetsu, right? We've seen Gosetsu, we've seen Azula, we've seen them. They decided to do that, and it would be interesting if they keep doing that every now and then, leading up to something. And the idea of Hancock finding out about this, telling us this, learning about this from the Empire, because the Empire sent soldiers over, and finding out that the Empire want us to know this later would find out. Later we find out that, but the idea that they want us to believe that Gosetsu's alive. They want us to believe that he's out there, and they use that like that false information to lure us into a situation where they're not alive. Where they were, and then you find out that these little cutscenes, that these little snippets that we've been receiving of Azula and Gosetsu, they're actually flashbacks, and they actually were caught. They were caught by the Empire, and you can have them, and they're being used to lure us in, right? Not just that, you could even take it one step further, actually, and you can take it a big step further, and when we find them, like they're dead, or for Gosetsu he's dead. So then his death has impact or meaning. And you can even bring it back to what they did to the brutes. That's what we call them. What they did to the brutes. They could even do something crazy with that, where he's dead.
Feel like
they've done something to him.
Like they wouldn't do that. Like I feel like that's something they wouldn't do to like a beloved character.
Probably not. Probably not. I mean, they do it to Azula. They do it to the
but Azula is not beloved. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Sure. So you do it to her, but you bring it back. You bring it back to that, because remember we spoke about how like, hey, isn't it weird that they did this one thing and they just didn't do anything more with it?
To be
the
fair,
idea that they like basically like almost reanimated a corpse, or like they just
to speak to your idea. It would make a lot of sense lore-wise if they turned Azula into another like weapon, because that's what like didn't she have part in that, in changing the brute into that? So it would be like, for her it would be like the karma coming back to her, because now she's the one suffering it. And on the other hand, it would be also more tragic for Gosetsu, because he almost like saved her, because he was trying to save her. And he like almost saved her, but like he still failed.
I agree. Narratively, like turning her into like a zombie monster creature, like the same, doing to her what she did to the brute, like that there is like that like quote unquote like karma like part of that, and like narratively speaking, like it also like makes sense, because it's a callback as well to what happened previously in the story of what she did to her underling, to have that done to her as well. Like there's a lot of potential, right? Like where you can write this in an interesting way, and again, like still bringing this back to the idea that like we're specifically being fed this information, and then because especially with what you said, you're like, can we really trust anything that Hancock says? Maybe he's being fed false information. Maybe he agrees to say something that he knows isn't true, but just so they can like bring us out like that sounds more interesting to me than like, oh, they were just walking through the streets and everyone saw them, so then everyone knows that they're there, because again that's just such a weak way, or such a lame way to find out that they're alive. It's like, oh, we just saw them walking down the street. It's like, what?
Like that's ridiculous that they're just walking out in the open. Like if they were like in the back alleys, the fair, but like they were literally in the main plaza. But
Yeah.
when you said about like comparisons and like making the same, what my mind went to, although it's a bit more silly, I guess, depends how you would go with it. You said that like, oh yeah, so the Empire, has this propaganda that Xenos is alive, but he's actually dead. Meanwhile, in Doma, we tell everyone that Yotsuyu is dead, and then we find out that she's alive.
Uh-huh.
And then like we have to deal with that because people are mad because they actually hate her.
Uh-huh.
And you have to deal it from that perspective, kind of like the $4 deal, where like they wanted to execute $4, and like imagine and then we would have to like figure out what to do because if people find out that Yutsu is dead, they're gonna riot,
Yeah, they're like parallels that you can do with the story, like in multiple different ways. For sure, I agree. Like you can have that same thing, and they probably will have to do that here. I would imagine, right? Like especially if we save them, like we save Azula, and it's again like it's gonna be the same thing where like the people are going to not want her. They're gonna want her to be executed because she because of what she did, which was you could even argue was worse than what $4 did.
To be fair, they were.
Probably,
that's the thing. They were kind of similar, but like they were similar.
there's a level above though. Like there's one thing when
that's
you're
why
killing people. There's another thing when you're making
That's
when
why
you're
I'm
making
saying that like they were
children
similar,
kill their parents,
but like
right?
they went different ways because like Yotsu was doing it like more in a sadistic way, and $4 was doing stuff because like for a purpose, Like she was
well,
like
kind of like that's why I mentioned the Redcon thing as well, because then you find out that she hates the Alamegan
but
people
like
anyway.
regardless, like she was doing like she was like targeting specific person for like this and that purpose. Meanwhile, for Yutsu, it seems more like that stereotype of like that spoiled child who becomes like an empress kind of thing.
Yeah. Even worse than that though, right?
But like I mean,
she was
that,
enjoying it. Right?
Yeah, but
like,
that's what I mean. Like that's point, but like that sadistic kind of thing, where like you have like the young like monarchs like that who were just sadistic because they never were taught anything better. Literally Game of Thrones. By the way.
No, for her it was different because remember she specifically wanted to hurt the Domin people. Like for her it seemed more personal. Like it was like a more personal hatred and a more personal enjoyment. Yeah. She was personally enjoying like the suffering of the Domin people. Like it was. Yeah, and
she was specifically targeting them. Where like for those like like I'm hurting you, but like I'm doing it for you. Where like Setsui just wanted to see them dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, we are on this roof. Can we do that thingy that's blinking?
No.
It's blinking in the corner of my screen.
Let it blink. Let it blink. We're moving on.
My OCD.
We're moving on.
Why? It's right there. I can see it.
Yeah, it'll be there next time you come around.
No. Who do you think the informant is? Because I feel like maybe we know them. If they're like implying like or maybe it is a new character that we're gonna be introduced to.
I was looking for the Ethernet shard.
Where are we going?
Going to the Yakuzaku district.
Yakuzaku?
Yeah. How do we... Is there a way in? Yeah, there is. Okay.
Ah, the sound of the wet ground. It's just...
You're giddy.
Hold on,
Where the hell did you go? What are you doing?
I went around.
A long way around.
I thought there are like stairs up there, but they weren't. You have had dealings with informants in this city, have you not? Perchance you are already acquainted with this one. See, they are implying that we may know this person.
Given the Empire's movements, it seems highly probable that Gosetsu and Yotsuyu were indeed in Kugane. Yet I can offer no explanation as to why they should be together.
let's hold on. Who was there with us when the thing was collapsing? Was he and it was Yugiri? Was there anyone else? Was Alfie not there?
I don't recall.
Liz, I think Liz was there. But I was gonna say, because then they would see what Gosetsu did with Yotsuyu. Like he saved her intentionally. So they're like, oh, why would they be together? Because Gosetsu cares. This should be the place. Now we wait and see who comes.
It has been a while, my friends. Yes. A long while
Oh
indeed.
no, I know exactly who that is.
The catfish. Yeah, the catfish. There. As soon as he spoke, it's like, I remember.
Yep. Yes.
The one we found flopped on the floor. And then I think, did we like kick him into the ocean? That happened?
Yes. Alice kicked him into the ocean.
Alice kicked him into the ocean. That's it. I remember.
I knew it. Gyodo, any funny business, and you know what will happen, I trust.
All right, that's it. Because he lured us in, and it was a trap, and he sold us out. That's what happened.
Yeah.
No funny business. Only loyal service and the finest quality information, just like last time. He just stares at you.
I just like we stare like at him. It's like,
Of course, such quality does not come cheap.
no, but then Hancock already paid you. Honestly, you must think we were born yesterday. I have in mind to call Liz. Oh wait, no, Liz kicked him. Liz kicked him. That was it.
Yeah, that's what you said. Liz kicked him. No, Liz. I beg you. No boots. I will tell you everything I know, free of charge. You know what would be cute? What would be funny? What a nice callback is if he had like a boot imprinted into like his head.
Yes. But that would be a very bizarre kick that you would have to do for him to have an imprint, unfortunately. But you could give him have a band-aid or something.
The Empire searches for Yotsuyo, high and low, far and wide. Come to enlist my help, they did, promising rich rewards for decisive information. And have you decisive information? Were the two individuals cited here indeed Gotsuyu and Yotsuyo? Because that's one Yotsuyo. Alas, see them with my own eyes. I did not. But the Imperials are confident. Yes, very confident indeed. Look at the size of their contingent. But here is something they do not know. A rumor, which you'll find most interesting, I think. They say an elderly Rogadin samurai appeared on Kogane Dori with a beauteous maiden and sold his katana to a pawnbroker. It was no common katana either, but one of surpassing craftsmanship.
Well, that is interesting, assuming it's true. Did you corroborate the rumor with the pawnbroker in question?
No, regrettably. I do not have a working relationship with the master of the Shofuku Shijiden.
Now, why would that be, I wonder? If I didn't know better, I'd think he'd lend you money.
He will help you, I'm certain. While you speak with him, I will make contact with my Gallian connections and learn what I can of their progress.
A glimpse of the blade is all I need to be sure. But is it wise to let the Namazu out of our sight? 100% he will betray us, but do we care, to be fair?
I want to do the second option.
Yeah, he'll betray us.
Yeah, no, he'll betray us.
I don't trust him.
Yeah. No more betrayals, no more boots. To divide our forces is simply more efficient.
He's right. Given the urgency, we would do well to split up. And so I will go with our friend here. Nothing improves efficiency like a little supervision.
Yes. We'll go together. And there will be no boots.
Let's be about it then. Good luck with the katana. Shall we reconvene at the pier later on? Fragrant as the Rhubarb Bazaar offices are, I prefer the fresh air.
I believe Alice has her task well in hand. Shall we seek out to the pawnbroker? We've learned greeting.
Yeah, we have to greet the pawnbroker, you know.
Why did this teach us greeting?
Yeah, that made no sense. Hold on.
You know what would have been nice? Would have been funny is if this teaches us like a kick emote. We
Yes,
can, like, kick
that would actually make a lot of sense because we have to know how to kick.
Yeah.
Hold on, we need to see what this emote is. Greeting.
Okay. It's just.
Greeting.
Yeah.
Greeting.
It's just
Greeting.
waving hand.
Greeting.
Okay. Lovely.
Greeting.
Hey, Giddy.
Greeting. Is it strange that we should be compelled to turn to one who betrayed both you and Gosetsu to the Empire? I would say the fates made mock of us, had I not met Hancock. Yeah, you're right. Fates are mocking us with Hancock.
Ivano is eager to find the pawnbroker.
Okay.
Everything in order? Then let us proceed to Kukanedori and find the master of Shofuku Shichiten. Okay. I'll go on to the other side.
But yeah, again, I'd like to point out that Gosetsu has friends in the police.
He does.
Like,
it doesn't make any
does
sense
not
that he
need to
wouldn't go to them.
Yeah. Because Kugane is neutral, so it's not like they would tell the Empire.
Yeah. Yeah.
We might have had customers like those you describe. So many people come through, it's difficult to remember. Perhaps you could jog my memory by making a purchase? No? Well, you can't blame a woman for trying.
Pushy pawnbroker. Roland Samurai and a maiden. Never seen him. Now, if you don't have any business with me, then make way for someone who does.
You have so many clients here.
Pleasant pawnbroker. Welcome, good sir. Welcome. Will you be buying or...
We'll be getting information.
Ah, so you heard tell of the Rogadan Samurai's katana. Small wonder. It is a fine example of its kind. One moment.
Are we gonna buy it back?
Dare I hope you have found our pawnbroker. Excellent work, Light. And that is the katana?
There can be no doubt. It is Gosetsu's blade.
The craftsmanship is exquisite, is it not? And you'll be pleased to know that the pledge has just expired. I should be glad to sell it to you, assuming you have the coin. That is an ordinary weapon, you understand, and it is priced accordingly. But if you are serious, I suggest you act quickly, as several noted collectors have already expressed an interest.
The blade represents conclusive proof of Gosetsu's survival. I suppose this could be considered a necessary cost in securing his safe return. It is not a decision I can make alone, least of all when our nation has scarce begun to rebuild.
Just write it off.
Yeah, I'll pay. I will pay.
Yeah.
We reach. Nay, my friend. Grateful though I am for the offer, I cannot ask this of you. It is enough to know that Gosetsu is alive and well.
Weren't you struggling to even pay for repairs in Aetheryte? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
No, see, this is where she tries to buy the sword that we just buy it before her.
No, you. What are you talking about, Copper?
What?
You're like, oh yeah, we're rich.
No, we're rich.
Huh?
Yeah, we're
Ah.
rich. What? We're rich.
God damn it.
We, as in the Scions, on the, you know, we're rich. We have people to borrow from.
Okay. Giddy, wait. The Scions will buy the katana. Pray consider it a gift.
See, I don't know about it.
Yeah, he's just gonna write it off, make it like a business expense. It's fine.
Master Alfino, your kindness
Tataro
is
will take care of
touching,
it.
truly. Yet in matters of coin, would Mistress Tataro not expect to be consulted? I mean, she's not the boss.
Come now. Our friend would never have relinquished this blade were the need not too great. And are we not bound by honor to help a friend in need? I say we are, and I am sure Tataro will wholeheartedly agree. It's settled then. You have made a wise choice, my friend. Such pieces are few and far between. Now, if you would be so good as to come this way, I shall prepare the necessary papers. Is there a reason why he's selling it to us and not the other people that contacted him before us?
That, but also they wouldn't, Yugiri wouldn't let us pay, but Alfino can just do it. Excuse me. If I may ask, sir, after he visited your establishment, do you perchance know where the old samurai went? He is our old friend, and we would return his weapon to him.
A friend of yours, you say? I see. Well then, I suppose there can be no harm in telling you. No sooner had I provided him with the requested sum than his pretty young companion began clamoring for dango. I don't know what that is. I duly recommended those served at the Omineko tea house, and thither did they set off.
Remember the cinematic where she had these round thingies? They're like this round, like,
yeah, it's
thingies.
the round, yeah, it's the, yeah. Clamoring for dango? Can these truly be the same people? Makes no sense. Again, she has brain damage.
Okay, that would be an interesting story.
Yeah.
Some manner of code, perhaps. But it avails us not to speculate. Let us go to this tea house and see if we can pick up their trail.
Just gonna go there and they're just stuffing their faces. Like,
Yeah,
oh.
like she's like on
No,
the
good
ground with like a
friend.
pile of dango next to her. Because she's been eating this whole time, you know.
Is that why he pawned the blade to just buy more food?
Yes. That was part of the cinematic where he was like, oh, I've sold my own blade because we have no money, and this girl, she just spends on dango. So yes, the elite I bought dango with it.
This is the proprietor of the tea house. Let us find out what she knows. We know all about this tea house. Did you know that they recently created a smoking area? Because apparently that's all that they do here.
Yeah,
they
they all
just want to smoke.
That's what they do. The Gosetsu I knew had little time for tea houses. No wine. Oh, so he's a wine enjoyer. There you go. But of course I remember. How could I forget a pair like that? The most beautiful girl you'll ever see, scoffing down dango as if her life depended on it, while the old samurai looked on. Not quite what he expected, I'll wager. Far be it from me to gossip about my customers, but he was planning to spirit her away across the Ruby Sea, out of the reach of her family, no doubt. When the girl had finally had her fill, they set off in the direction of the Shiokaze hostelry, presumably to find someone discreet with a boat. So Gosetsu makes for Doma. But this woman who travels with him, the more I hear about her, the more I wonder if she can truly be Yosuyu.
For all our success in tracing Gosetsu's movements, how he came to be traveling with Otsuyu remains a mystery, to say nothing of this dango business.
Is it a mystery?
Gosetsu's trail leads to the sea, and that is where Yukiri will go.
While doubts remain over the identity of Gosetsu's traveling companion, for now we can but follow the trail. Come, Let us away to the pier and make ready to sail. With luck, Alice will already have joined Master Soroban and Mr. Stataru there. Yeah, can I say that it was in a way a bit of a spoiler when they said, oh, we're gonna get the boat ready when we don't even know if we're leaving the city. It's like, you will be leaving the city, that's why they're in the boat.
Apparently, Gyodo did his duty and then promptly excused himself. Couldn't bear another moment under Alice's withering gaze, I expect. Tataro.
While we were arranging the provisions, Sorban told me all about his many business ventures. Honestly, his nose for profits put mine to shame.
Let's say.
I watched Gyodo meet with his Imperial associate, and I have to say I'm impressed. He has psychophancy down to a fine art. What's a psychophancy?
No idea. I'm giddy.
The others all did their part. I am truly blessed to have such dependable comrades.
Ah, excellent timing, my friends. Mistress Alice arrived mere moments ago.
All went well on my end. Gyodo met with an Imperial officer and wheedled his way to some new information. It seems that troops who recently arrived in Kugane came directly from Garlemald. The Imperials based here have been kept in the dark. And that's not all. A contingent of the aforementioned troops are preparing for deployment to the Ruby Sea. If I didn't know any better, I'd say they'd picked up Gosetsu's trail.
Then your information matches ours. We're quite certain that Gosetsu seeks to cross to the mainland.
I'm sorry. Did I hear that right? You scion funds to buy Gosetsu's katana at the asking price.
I want her to grab a little stool, step up,
Like slap him.
slap up, you know, yes.
But like very slowly, like very meticulously. She picks up the stool, she puts it in front of you, and she just stands there confused.
Uh-huh. Yes. We were in some haste, and it seemed a worthwhile gesture. Speaking of which, here is the contract of sale. Pray see that the man is paid.
Are we bankrupt? Talos, Beard, you agreed to this? Give me strength. It's not like the search can wait. You'd best be on your way. Before I slap you.
This would have been a nice Tataro moment if she did slap him. Like this.
But Alfino, we need to talk. I want you to come straight to the offices as soon as you get back. Promise me.
Oh? Very well. I shall call upon you as soon as I return.
We are broke, by the way.
First, let us go to the Ruby Price. If Gosetsu has already set sail, the sentries there are sure to have seen him. This questline reminds me a lot in a negative way of looking for remember when we were looking for Gosetsu and Yugiri the first time?
Like
we had to run around the city.
It's
the same thing here.
Yeah.
It's the same. Yeah, it's like, oh, now we have to look for him again.
And we go through
This
like
time
the
with-
same
with-
motions, basically.
Yeah, it's tedious. It just reminds me of something that we've already done. It's like, Yugiri.
Oh, hold on, there's Yugiri. Oh, she's under crackers. Put them in Chocobo. Judging by her reaction, Mr. Stataru is none too pleased. I apologize if the katana has caused strife.
Mr. Statero seems in low spirits. Happily, my latest venture may prove just a tonic.
Hold on, is Tataru around? No, I don't see.
No.
What is the going rate for a priceless weapon, I wonder? And now I know who not to ask.
Tataru seemed rather vexed, did she not? Ever the melodramatist. I'm sure our finances can stretch to a single sword. Remind me to explain the value of such gestures when we next see her. But I digress. We have work to do.
To be fair... Wait, what? What did it say?
What? What?
Okay, never mind. Look, it says unable to commence duty as a disciple of the land or hand or while in party. But it's or.
Yeah, we already knew that.
No, because before it just said not in party.
Proceed.
But what I was gonna say, to be fair, isn't like Alfino from like a rich family as well?
I assume so.
Right. I suggest we begin by learning what we can from the sentries. What's going on out there?
Travelers, are you? You may wish to postpone your plans. The Garleans have launched an attack on the Confederacy. We have no reason to believe they'll turn their attention here, but for your own safety, I suggest you return to Kugane.
The Garleans bear no love for the Confederacy, but with Doma lost to them, why would they attack? Unless
Yotsuyu is on that island.
Even if she isn't, our allies are under attack and they need our help.
We will help them while you remain with Soroban. Arguing will only delay us. Is that clear?
Fine, but you haven't heard the last of this.
Soroban, we may need to make a swift exit. See that the boat is ready to sail at a moment's notice.
It shall be done.
What, and you're going to swim there, are you?
'Tis the quickest way, and you may rest assured I've been practicing.
Yeah!
come.
I'm sorry, what was that?
An opening. Your
Are
defense
you
is
okay?
lacking. Leave this to me.
What was that battle cry? Oh my god. I cannot fight. I have tears in my eyes. It was so funny. Like, as a character, I would probably be on the floor crying after that battle cry from Alfino. What was that? Oh my god. I like how everybody is chasing this with me. Here for the old man. Yes, he's at the top. You best hurry. Okay, okay.
Lady Yotsuyu, we're here to rescue you. Please, come with us.
Stay back, Tsuyu.
Are you all right?
Is he all right?
Gazetsu!
Damn it, we took too long. Change of plan, eliminate hostiles! All forces, attack!
Oh boy. Oh, that's even the odd. See, I wish they voiced those things, so they should still have Magitech armor in reserve, steal yourself. Okay. It would be nice if those lines will be voiced, because they actually help with the fight. We have no time for this, says the Imperial Centurion. Watch out, he means to blow up. Who, the Centurion? Nice, reinforcements, I need reinforcements. Okay, I think I'm just gonna put like some dots on him. Like, should I just focus him? Two of them, we shall need... Okay, I can use him. Shall need strategy. Amika, draw armor this way. Which is this way? I can't see you. Where is this way? I literally cannot see the other issues. Okay. I still don't know where is this way. Where's the kiwi? Go sell go to me. What can you do? What I have with the ranges. I'm just gonna move away. Okay. one of them down. Ooh, okay. So it's big. That's good to know. So I guess we just focus on the Centurion then? Can we even do that? Okay, we don't know what we face. It's okay, I'm just gonna run around and hit the guy from afar. Boy, do I love being ranged. Okay, he's down. That's good. Time to fight the tank. You guys better... Back, all of you. Okay. Oh. Okay. Put your hand. New toys.
The art of my forebears.
Mist and shade take form something. Okay. Again, it would be nice if those lines were voiced so I know what's going on. There are too many. Draw them to me and shall finish this. Okay, let's draw them. Come on, you can do this. Alfie, you can do this. Be quick! There's only so much I can do. Seconds. Come on, you can do this. Alfie, I believe in you. 5 seconds.
Focus.
Raise yourself, stars above, rain destruction upon mine enemies. Okay, good damage, Alfie. Good damage. Are we done? Okay, we're done. We're done.
Gosetsu, thank the heavens!
Yugiri, my friends, the Kami were kind to guide your steps this way.
It's over. The Imperials are retreating. I suppose we have you to thank for that. But they would never have come here were it not for her. I had a bad feeling the moment your samurai friend arrived with that woman in tow.
Do not be afraid, Suyu. These people are my friends.
Friends.
Forgive me, but at the risk of souring the mood, I believe you owe us an explanation. You may start by telling us what happened at Doma Castle.
Of course. I'll not begrudge you that. As you know, we were trapped inside the keep when it collapsed. But even as the roof crumbled above us, so too did the floor below. We were swept out into the One River, where we would surely have drowned had a stout wooden door not chanced to float by. offering us a raft of sorts. Exhausted, we drifted out to sea, at the mercy of the tides, which saw fit to dispense us on a desert island.
She was with you the entire time?
Aye. 'Twas her kimono which saved her from Hien's blade, believe it or not. Some Garlean witchcraft in the weave. But it offered precious little protection against the fall. Though she survived, she awoke bereft of all her memories, and speaking like a child.
A trick, surely.
That was my first thought, aye. And I contemplated cutting her down and being done with it. Contemplated it long and hard. Yet the Kami saw fit to deliver us from certain death. 'Twas their will that we survive, both of us, together. And together we shall go before our master. He shall be the one to judge.
Judge what?
She's your prisoner, old man. Do with her as you will. Call her Tsuyu, or whatever else tickles your fancy.
'Twas a name given out of necessity whilst on the road. Nothing more.
As you say. But remember this. Our people suffered much at that woman's hands. When the time comes, I trust you won't let emotion blind you to what needs to be done.
You have my word.
Well, I must be going. I have an unholy mess to clean up. You should be on your way too, before the Imperials decide to take another tilt. Oh, and we'll overlook the tithe this once. You're welcome.
And La Copa.
You know what? Good news. They took my idea.
Yeah, she has brain damage.
Which we talk extensively is an interesting plot point.
Well, it is the only thing you can do with the character.
Yeah, it's the only
Like,
it's the only way they can bring her back as non-villain.
Yeah.
Because she's not exactly a good, but you know, as a non-villain, that's the only way you can bring her back.
Uh-huh. So did you catch on to the line?
Which one?
That they. So this to me at least this makes it clear that the decision to have her survive
Came afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Was the line? Yeah, the line where he's like, her
kimono was resistant to swords and guns.
Don't worry about her being stabbed by Hien. Her kimono just happened to just protect her because it's like Garlean.
Wait, I don't
She's
remember.
like, it's like Garlean fabric, like magic weave.
Yeah,
It's like, okay,
did he
she
cut
has
her
a
or
magic
did he
kimono.
shoot her?
She has a bulletproof kimono. That's what she has.
Yes, she had a
Okay.
bulletproof kimono. That's what they said.
But like that is a very clear tell that this was a decision made after, because that's not a line you would naturally, like, you would if your plan was to have her survive, again, you would not explain it in a line like that. Like that's just, to me at least, that's like a very clearly,
you know what?
like after the fact line that was like
You know
made
what?
later. Made later just because they didn't know, they didn't really know how she survived. It's just like a throwaway line, like just to explain it.
But you know what? I would argue it would be better if they didn't. As in,
I agree.
not specifically what I mean. I feel it would make for a stronger story if she was dead. Like, we know that she wasn't like dead after whatever Hien did. So like he didn't like kill her. Maybe she had like a grave injury, but like she wasn't dead at that point. And then you have still everything that happened, and then like, you know, they end up on the island, and she acts like a child, and at the same time she's also like gravely injured, and then Gosetsu is like, well, clearly she's not being deceitful, or she is like using the last thing she has to like be saved. So like he's not in position to like kill her when she's literally like half dead. And then you have like Gosetsu like with whatever he could find like try to like mend her wounds and like bring her to health.
Yeah, sure. I mean that does make for a stronger story.
And then you on one hand you have like Gosetsu caring for her, so that's why he would get attached to her. And on the other hand, even if Yotsui was playing all of this, like after being cared for by him, like regardless if she was playing or not, she would, you know, also be grateful to him, right?
Yeah, you could do that, or like for me, the line just didn't need to be there.
Yeah,
like,
the line didn't need to be. I agree. The line was unnecessary.
We did not need like the problem is that line tells us that the writers felt that it was necessary to address how she even survived. But the problem is that by doing that, you bring attention to it, which makes it less believable.
Yes.
It's like, oh,
Exactly.
like this is a poor excuse, a poor response, and you just brought attention to it. You should have said nothing.
If they
said
nothing,
that
nobody
makes it more believable.
would pay attention to that.
Exactly. So this is just
it's like, sorry that this board is so uneven. I'm like, it's uneven? Hold on.
Yeah, exactly. You just wasn't. You know what this is, and it's happened a couple of times. It's amateur writing. That's what that is. It's because someone that knows what they're doing should know not to write that, because you're just making it worse for yourself.
Yeah, like some things don't have to be explained. Like leave them a mystery.
Yeah.
And like the thing is,
it's like if you're like, I don't know, if there's like a kid that like, I don't know, like ate something that they shouldn't have, and they're like, like their parents go, it's like, nothing happened to the fridge, and like, what happened to the fridge?
Yeah, basically what it is. Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Like, this is like high school levels. I think I said the same thing last night. It's like high school level writing. It's like you would never write that. Like,
because the thing like was holding together, and then he said it, and then it's like, what? Like you suddenly break the dialogue.
Yeah.
Like that was a necessary line that kind of it doesn't ruin it, but it's like as you said, it brings attention to something you would not care about at all.
Yeah. That's why I said it's very apparent that it was made. It was a decision made after the fact. So yeah, okay. Hayatsu.
Oh, hold on, I can't click here because of that. Are you coming with us?
And it's also interesting that they did go that extra mile, that she doesn't just have amnesia. They went that extra step saying that she speaks like a child. Like they made the extra step saying that like
it's not like
she did get like brain damage. Like
something like it's not that she like forgot like her memories. It's that she like forgot like everything, including like how to behave like an adult kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
Like she reverted to her being a few years old.
Mm-hmm. With you and yours at our side, we have naught to fear. Thank you, my friend.
Few suffered more at Yotsu's hand than Gosetsu. If this is his wish, so be it.
She literally shot him in the back.
She did. But to be
multiple
fair,
times. Remember that? Remember? I just reminded by the cutscene. She shot him multiple times to the point where it was excessive. I'm like, what the hell? Because remember, she shot him multiple times, and we criticized that because our character was just standing there looking at her. Just watching her shoot him multiple times.
But the thing is, one thing I don't like about how that's also another one of those things that. The characters, like all of them, like regardless whether they're part of our party or not, they keep pointing out like why would Gosetsu do this? Why would he do that? Why would he stand for it? Like they keep like saying that as if it's like so unbelievable. But in that very moment when she shot him, he stood there and he was trying to save her. So like I feel like because we were present there for the events, that shouldn't surprise us. And that's why I asked who was there with us, because I'm not sure who has witnessed it, but I'm sure Yugiri did. Like Yugiri was the one who was there, so Yugiri out of all the people should know that he already tried to save her back then at that moment.
No, the writers didn't know that though. Maybe
not even save her, like, but like we know that like he like
felt
bad for her.
Like as you're saying, like it doesn't make any sense for Yugiri to question why Kosetsu's acting this way because she saw their final moments.
Because I understand like people who weren't
which
there.
tells you like exactly. So yeah, you're right. It doesn't make sense for the writers to say that Yugiri is confused as to like his actions because she should know.
I mean, to be fair, she's also the least like outraged by this, but still.
They didn't play the MSQ. They didn't know. They didn't play it. You expect them to play the game? No. No. Asking for too much. As Sansui says, we should move on. It would not do for Yotsuyu to be seen here. Now, if I know my sister, she'll be already waiting with the boat at nearby pier. Let's go and see if I'm right.
Okay.
That's a... Go on.
Before we even get there, can we talk about Alphino's battle scream? Can we talk about that scene? Can we?
What was his battle screen? Oh, you mean when he jumped into the water? That was fucking stupid.
I genuinely started laughing. I could not fight because I was crying. That was so stupid.
Yeah, I think what's weird about that is that we made an effort. All right, true. We made an effort. The first time we were here, we made an effort to say that it was childish for remember Ida? No, sorry, what's her name? Liz. Liz. We made an effort to point out that it was silly that she was swimming when everyone else was taking
everybody on the boat was there before her.
Yes, because there are boats you can just take to row there. That's what you would do.
Yeah, but like they also
you wouldn't just jump into the water and swim.
Yeah, but they also specifically said that everybody was already there by the time she swam there.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was just silly. It was just silly. But that didn't bother me as much as the fact that for some reason Alice stay behind. Yeah. I didn't know if there's no reason for that. Like Alice is a better fighter than Alphino. Like
see,
like I mean,
the thing is they keep trying to play it that Alice is like seriously injured and she shouldn't be fighting, but. Compared to what we've seen, her injuries don't look that bad. Like people like Ishtola, like Cry, like those should be hospitalized. Alice was just cat, you know. Like a cat doesn't like in this world. A cat should be like this dramatic compared to what happened to other people, and they are fine.
Yeah, and she said that she was fully healed anyway, like as well. Like I would take her at her word. Like in the story, if you want, you can do it. You can do it where like maybe she does something and then. And
no,
it's apparent that like she's
she would
in pain.
exert herself. She would exert herself. But like my point is that like I don't get the feeling that her wounds were so bad compared to other people.
That's what I just said. That's what I just said. That in the story you would write it that she says that she's fine, and then give her a moment where like she feels injured in some way, right? Where she like she feels some kind of pain, and then it's apparent that like she's lying. Right, that she's just saying that just to save face, but really she has sustained more injuries and she's actually not fully healed. To like, to make it apparent that like that she shouldn't be here, that she shouldn't be fighting. But they haven't done that, so like it feels weird to put her in the back line for no reason because they just didn't hammer it home.
Yeah, I agree. Like it felt weird. It felt very like it was needed for the plot and not like something the characters would actually say. To be honest.
Yeah.
It was like, you're not taking part in this.
Yeah, that's weird. Alright, up and off. And here she is, just as I anticipated. I'm really surprised she agreed to hold off until the Empire withdrew. Alright, we should speak to Yotsuyu.
You keep standing in front of people. I can't click them. Everyone's staring at me.
So. I understand I have the silence to thank for my katana's safe return. A samurai's blade is his soul. No words would suffice to express my gratitude for reuniting me with mine.
We didn't give him the blade yet.
Yeah, you know what I was expecting? You know what was weird? Is that when the cinematic pan to Kosetsu standing in front of Yotsuyu in front of the Empire, is that he already had a katana in his hand. It would have been a nice scene if he was empty-handed. Then we show up and we toss him the katana.
Yeah.
Like
when we join him, we give him his own katana.
There should have been a scene where we give him the katana, then he can fight. But like he already had one anyway, so it feels like it just didn't even matter. Yeah, it's weird. Nugiri.
Setsu leaves. all other considerations should pale next to that. And yet,
So the problem is that in the narrative, if you write that like someone like Kosetsu loses his weapon and it's important and there's like symbolic meaning behind the weapon itself, then make it matter. Like make it matter that he didn't have it, because right now he lost it, he got it. That's
yeah,
it.
he got it back.
Like there was no downside of not having it, and there was no upside of receiving it. Like there's just didn't matter.
Oh, thank you. It just has it.
Nothing changed. Yeah. Saraban. Are we certain she is the real Yotsuyu? Yes.
Kind of.
They say.
Setsu, thank the gods you're safe. It was all I could do to watch the battle from afar.
Ah, this was all I could do to restrain her.
Can you blame me for worrying? Strong as Mielikka is, anything could happen in the chaos. But enough about me. We need to talk about her. Greetings.
She didn't do the emote. Where's the emote?
Ah, she didn't learn the emote. She forgot the emote.
Ah, true.
They tell me you've lost your memory, and that's fine. But I want you to know something. I won't be taking my eyes off you. Not for a moment. And we know she's good at that. She scared the Namazu. Those people are strange. Are you sure they are friends?
I am. They may behave strangely, but I trust them with my life. You have naught to fear.
Alright. If you say so. SMH.
Right. 'Tis past time we set sail. I, for one, would not want to keep a Lordhian waiting without due cause. Aye. And the longer we tarry, the more we risk inviting trouble. Lest you forget, the Red Kojin bear no love for Yotsuyu either. I should deliver you to familiar shores, near Sadi, but out of the villager's sight.
I will say though, speaking of, he should probably do a better job of hiding Yotsuyu, but then again, he doesn't hide himself either. But if she's so important, then maybe
she's got a hat, okay?
She's got a hat. Okay. Let's see.
No one can
tie
tell
her
the
hair or
difference.
something.
Yeah.
Make her wear a mask. Get
Do
some
the same thing
makeup.
that-
I don't know.
Remember Ida? How she put like the blindfold
True,
thing
and
on,
nobody knew
you
who she
know,
was.
like, yeah. I want there's a scene that I wanted there that they didn't do, and there's still time to do it. I wanted Alice to be a little bit harsher. Where she stepped up and all she did was like, hey, like, I'm watching you. That's kind of what she said. We might see. I think Yugiri's gonna do it. I'm waiting for the moment where someone's like, hey, I understand that you don't know who you are, you don't know what you did, but like you did horrible things, right? And you hurt these people. These people, they're upset with you. They want justice. Like they want all these things. I understand that you know nothing of what has happened, but we can't like trust you, or like we can't like I want like something that's a little bit more confrontational, or I'm waiting for that to happen. I feel like Yugiri's probably gonna do it. I think she's probably gonna snap and say something. But like I kind of wanted that out of Alice saying in that moment, but we didn't quite get it. Like she was like stern, but didn't quite go all the way.
Maybe.
So we'll see.
I say.
Hmm?
We do well to give Isari a wide berth, for everyone's sake.
What's that so? Another time, Tsuyu. Our path takes us in a different direction. Tsuyu.
Are we going to that village? They might have Dango.
See, this is why, like, because you're portraying her as like a childlike figure that's like a little bit more carefree, but like I'm still waiting for that scene where like it things get serious and she gets brought, you know, to reality a little bit as to what's happening, as to why people are treating her in that way.
The thing is, I think they will struggle to explain it because she's a child.
I mean, they're going to.
Yeah, they're
like, it's
going
gonna
to,
happen.
but...
Yeah, they're going to, and yeah, I would imagine it happens when she's confronted with Lord Hien. We'll see. I wanted like I want either Alice or Yugiri to do it. Like I think it'd be stronger from Yugiri maybe. Probably, but yeah. I don't know. Though I only know Yotsuyu by reputation, this woman could scarce seem more different. Kitty.
Let us make haste to the city. Lord Hien must know of this.
Soraban.
Oh, I'm too far away.
Here is where we part ways, my friend. I pray the remainder of your journey passes uneventfully. Light, when you are not otherwise occupied, I would speak with you about my next business venture. It promises to be extremely lucrative, and I do not say so lightly. After the prodigious sum spent acquiring a certain sword, it would present a fine opportunity to refill the Sound's coffers and restore the smile to Mr. Satoru's face.
Fair enough.
Oh, come along. Satoru was overreacting. How much could a single katana possibly cost?
Far more than you think, plainly. A blade like Gosetsu is worth a fortune, enough to buy a house and furnish it, which you would know had you bothered to check the price.
What? I had no idea. This business venture of Soraban's, you would give it a fair hearing, I trust. He has been good to us, after all. As for me, I think I should look into drawing upon my personal funds.
He has those? Ah, Soraban has extra quest. Interesting.
Yeah, we just have it. I thought it was just going to be one to the other, but...
Yeah, that's interesting. I guess that's another like storyline then. Are you talking to him?
Soraban is about to present you with a proposition you would be a fool to refuse. Let's do it in order. Let's Soraban, we'll speak to you after we have our dramatic hearing with Hien and Azula. Yeah.
Let's go wait. Hold on, what does Alfie say? I have to know.
I confess, I didn't check how much it cost. Never had much cause to consider the state of my personal finances until now. Confound it.
Confounded. He always says it so decidedly. He's absolutely mortified, isn't he? Maybe he'll think twice before making his next grand gesture. If he ever missed an opportunity to show me how much more mature and responsible he is, I'd sympathize. I mean, I do, to a point, but that doesn't mean I'm about to let him forget this.
That's same thing.
Yeah, they were not part of this. So.
Nigiri is eager to see Gosetsu safely back to their master.
You must meet with Lord Hien as soon as possible, though mayhap not at the Enclave. I will send word requesting that he receives us at the House of the Fierce, where there are fewer prying eyes. If all are in agreement, I shall scout ahead and see that the way is clear. Pray follow as swiftly as you are able, and join me on the outskirts of Namai.
Hello, Aistan. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening. Good evening.
Aistan, when are you playing? How's your move going?
Stan is working on his curtains.
Ah.
Oh, what am I doing? It's right
Yeah, what
here.
are you doing? Someone left me behind. Moving goes forward. That's good.
Moving forward. Yes. Giddy.
All is well? Good. The others are hiding nearby. Let us proceed. Quietly, if you please.
My lord here, I am returned.
Save your tears for the morrow. For we who yet walk the path should not think too much on the destination. When the hour arrives, we shall welcome what comes with open arms. And welcome it you did, even as the keep fell down around us. At that moment, in your smile, I spied a shred of hope. One which I have clung to ever since. Gosetsu, full glad am I to see you alive and well.
We have played this scene before, have we not? Though this time our roles are reversed.
That they are. Meaning you know how I feel. Wholly at a loss for words. Welcome back, old friend. Now then, though we rejoice at your return, it seems you have brought with you certain complications. Rise, my friend. Tell me everything. The Empire is bold indeed to send a token force to engage the Confederacy.
As acting Viceroy, Yotsuyu would have been privy to Imperial secrets. The Garleans will not soon give up the chase.
Nay, it will end with her capture, or her death.
Are you a friend too?
She claims to have lost her memory, though I know not if she speaks true. I brought her here that you might decide her fate.
Lost her memory, you say? Regardless, the people have not forgotten. Her face yet haunts their dreams. She cannot roam free. We will hold her here for a time. Place her in Jufia's care, with the express instruction that she is not to be seen.
Yes, my lord. Come.
No, I don't want to. Don't let her take me away!
It's all right, Tsuyu. I will come with you. Be a good girl, and listen to Yugiri.
From a hound at his throat to a puppy at his heel. If this is an act, it is a remarkable performance.
And
I don't know. I see a good point in the chat. Give her a Fantasia. We have so many. I have some in my backpack.
When he said that, like, everyone knows her face, I was like, we need to fix her face.
Yeah. But, like, Lita Fantasias are, like, part of the lore of this place. Why not just give her one? I mean, not even that. Like, the glamours are part of MSQ, because you can argue that Fantasia isn't, like, part of MSQ, but glamours are part of MSQ because an entire rebel base in Alamigo was glamoured. So you can just glamour her.
Glamours are a thing, yeah. True.
Yeah. That would make sense, to just, like, hide her identity from, like, the general public, but, like, hold her here, you know, under supervision.
Thank you for delivering Gosetsu back to us in one piece. We are lucky indeed to have friends who would journey to the other side of the world to help us, and repeatedly at that. We have much and more to think upon, but as regards to the Empire, we can but watch and wait. Now then, seeing as you've come all this way, you must allow me to show you around the Enclave. I would not have you thinking we've been idle in your absence. The rebuilding effort proceeds apace, I'm pleased to say, and we are now ready to welcome home our countrymen who were displaced by the war, should they so desire it. There is place here for those who fled to Orozia. The people of Mordona.
I do wonder if they choose to return, actually, because they already are established in Mordona.
We should be delighted to accept your invitation, Lord Hien. And I have no doubt that your subjects at Reverend's Toll, there you go, will be heartened to hear that their lord has not forgotten them.
Oh, it's nothing. I just thought that Kosetsu and Yugiri would be back by now. Forgive me, my lord, but Captain Jifuya is nowhere to be found.
Oh? He was here when I arrived. For now, we have taken Yotsuyu to a private chamber and assigned another to watch over her, my lord. But I find it passing strange that the captain should leave his post with nary a word.
Do you think it's because he saw Yotsuyu and he couldn't be part of this?
That's the obvious thing, yeah. It does seem most unusual. If you mean to look for the man, we would be happy to assist you.
We should be glad of the help. While I search without, mayhap you could ask our soldiers here if they know anything.
I will join you.
With respect, my lord, you should remain here. Should the Empire move against us, you will be able to coordinate our response.
We have link pearls. What are you talking? We can just call each other.
There's no reception underground.
Not enough bars. Isn't that why there's like a giant hole in the roof though?
Nah.
And that was thinking I was in charge. But you have the right of it. Go on then. I won't mind the house.
But
Are
you
we
paid
just
your
not
link
gonna have this?
bills? Yeah. But
Sure.
okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Okay.
It was specifically emphasized that no one can see Yotsuyu because of what she did to the people, and people would just, freak out if they seen her, right?
Yeah.
That's what we established. Why was the base not clear of people either when that happened? Because every soldier that's in this base is in this base because they decided to rebel against Yotsuyu, most of them because they lost families because of Yotsuyu. And they decided that they've had enough and that they joined this army.
If you're asking, no, the question, the thing that you should be saying is, why do you bring Yotsuyu here instead of coming into the area and then asking Hien to come out to meet them to figure out what's going on, instead of bringing her into a place full of people that would otherwise know who she is.
No, see, I understand bringing her here, but I would then clear the base, be like, okay, everybody leave. This is a special secret.
You're asking for too much. That doesn't make any sense. That would make... You're not going to clear an entire place where everyone lives just to bring one person in. You'd bring Hien. It'd be easier to bring one person to her instead of forcing everyone out. Like,
yeah, but
it'd be the opposite.
But then, on the other hand, I was thinking, if we don't want to bring her here because of all the things, why don't we bring her to the place of the Aura people? Why don't we go put her in the jail of the Aura people? And like just have her here there, because the Aura people don't care about Yotsuyu so much, because they did, like, Yotsuyu didn't hurt them directly, like they didn't want to join the war until we got there.
Yeah.
So they have less personal ties to her.
It is like it's just I don't know if I would say plot hole. It's just a stupid thing that happened. Like the idea of bringing her here just doesn't make any sense. Just because it's full of people that know what she looks like. But it's only an issue if the captain did in fact see her and now wants to take things into his own hand and wants to like let people know, or is going to the Empire or whatever. It's like drama just for drama. Like
because again, like I feel like what my point being is, like, you're like, oh, like the general public can see them because they will be outraged. Wouldn't the soldiers be even more outraged?
Yeah,
like,
they would be. Yeah, they would be. I hope that aside, I hope that the discussion is had. Like, I think he said, like, hey, we need to talk about this later, and we need to talk about this later. We have yet to discussing what to be done with like a murderous, like, subhuman being, who lost their memory. Like, it's an interesting discussion to be had. Like, what it is that they plan on doing with her, and I hope that it's a discussion that they end up having, and just because it's interesting to hear what what happens in said discussions and said proceedings. I was saying to the chat, I don't quite remember. I know that we learned about Kosetsu's his backstory previously. Did we hear about? Did he have kids? Did he have kids that died?
Not that we know.
That we know. Okay.
Because
we learned about his backstory that apparently he was working for the Empire. Remember, he was working for the Empire, and he killed a bunch of like domans, and he did his own fucked up stuff, and he's been trying to repent for that and trying to make up for that. We know that at least, because he was a well-known
I think he was like
initially for the Doman people, and then he was a well-known figure working for the Empire.
Yeah, I think that was the thing where they captured him, and then he just saved the Guardians.
Yeah, he did what Fordola should have done, which is he initially was for the people, and then he was forced to work against them, and they just didn't do that with Fordola for whatever reason. I don't know why, but yeah. He has the backstory that $4 should have had. That's what I'm getting at. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I was curious if we had heard about his kids.
I don't remember him talking about his family period. I'm trying to remember if he mentioned anything in his conversation with Yotsuyu, because if you remember, he mentioned her, like he mentioned her husband.
Yeah.
But I don't remember if he said anything about himself, or if she said anything about him. I don't remember him talking about his children.
Okay.
But I may just be forgetting it.
Okay. Do you think they're gonna go as far as to what is he calling her?
Tsuyu.
Tsukino? Suki?
Tsuyu.
Suki?
He's just
Tsuyu.
shortening the name.
Tsuyu. Okay. Is this are they gonna go full drama and
You will adopt
be
her?
like Suyu's the name of his dead daughter. and
Yes.
he's like that he's calling her by the name of his dead daughter. Is that
No, I doubt
gonna-
it.
are
I
they
don't
gonna
think
go
they're
full
going
drama?
that far. I mean, it's not beyond it, but I don't think that's the case.
Okay.
I don't think that's the case.
Okay. Well, for now, I think we're done for today. Done for today. Done a couple of quests. We have progressed.
We did. And this is already going better than the other side. Would you like to play a game of
Go.
circles and other things?
Let's go. Right?
Is that
Let's
Go? I don't think that's Go. I think Go is like just black and white, no?
They couldn't afford to color the different.
Yeah, but there are 3
tiles,
different
different
marks
colours, okay.
or more. 4 different marks. I think this is a different game.
No, that's just what they had.
Okay, I see. They like bottle caps.
Ignore the marks. Yeah.
G for the stream. Happy I
Release
caught the
time.
last 20 minutes. Again, the VODs are available both on Twitch and on YouTube. So if you missed any episode, they are right there. Lately, our streams have been around 3 hours ish. So you know that's the length that you can expect.
Yeah.
And they're always in the VODs.
There you go. Check out the VODs.
We are slowly making our way through the Stormblood post Stormblood patch. And I mean, there is improvement. I think this is already a better story. Like they're still like stumbling, but it's already a better story.
Yeah. It is. But that's like easy. It's like again, we just closed the book on the chapter that was Alamigo. We're done, and now it's like a hard switch into like just a different story. We're just following a different story. And I agree. Like this is already better. This is there's definitely things that they can do better for sure. But like this is not they've not fallen like hard like they have previously yet, which is good. Yeah. I think it's hard to do so. Like again, like the worst thing they could have done is for Azula to have her memory and for her to try to redeem her in a different way. But thankfully they didn't do that. So it's like okay.
Yeah, that's the one way to like solve the issue, to put it that way.
Yeah.
But do you think they will keep her as like, you know, the disabled child and like, you know, like Gosetsu like adopts her or something in the end, and she's gonna be there and like nobody will like ever see her again or something? Or do you think at some point she will regain her memory?
Yeah, I think that the writers are bad enough that they cannot resist the temptation to have the drama of her regaining her memories. I think that has to happen. Based on what we've experienced so far. I think they have to like go for the bait and have that.
Do you think it would necessarily be bad? Or let me rephrase that. Do you think it would be just like, oh, you know, she just regains her memory, she just flips on everyone, and you know we have this drama? Or do you think she would regain her memory, she would like remember what she has done, but she would also have a memory of what happened recently and how everybody was actually trying to take care of her, and then like she would be like conflicted?
You could do this in a couple different ways. Some would there's like a classy way of doing it where she regains her memories and she doesn't let anyone know, and like as the viewer you get like a hint that she understands what's happening and that she wants to try to make things right again, and you can try to do things that way. The other way is another way is that she regains her memories and she like kills herself or something. Like I don't.
Yeah, but
like there's.
The thing is, half of me expects that to happen, but I feel like that would be a worse story, and I think it would be more interesting if it was her being conflicted about things, and then we see how she processes that, and if she processes that, you know, kind of that kind of thing. And maybe like, because I don't want her to be like, so, oh, suddenly, you know, like, I regret everything I did, because she doesn't. I'm sure she doesn't regret what she did. Like, she did that for a reason. But like, maybe she's like, well, you know, I don't regret this, but you also like have done no harm to me. So I'm just gonna, maybe she's like isolates herself from everyone and just like, you know, sits in her
Well, that's
tower.
the thing. Like, I don't know what you would do with a character like that if they do regain their memory without them dying. Like, I'll be honest, right? Because like we spoke about that. You can't redeem her. You can't. It's too late. It's too late to do that for her character, right? So in my mind, the simplest thing is that they pull a Ysayle, right? Where she realizes what she's done is wrong, and then she does what she can to help those that she needs to like make up for, and then she dies, right? And then
but
she
the
dies
problem is, I don't think she would, because Ysayle could do that, because like in her mind she was doing the right thing, like she was trying to help people. Well, Yotsuyu was doing things just for her sadistic satisfaction.
No, actually, you know what they're gonna do, and I think it would be the most satisfying thing, is it's hard right now, because right now it feels like the story has no direction. Right now there is no direction. The direction of the story is gonna be Xenos comes back, right? Like I think is my assumption is that Xenos they just revive him. He comes back and he's gonna be the big bad for this patch. Oh, for the post patch. But if they do that,
we put Yotsuyu as our spy.
No, I would imagine that Yotsuyu is there's going to be a situation where Yotsuyu dies, but she sacrifices herself, or she dies protecting and saving Gosetsu. That would be the full circle. That'd be the full circle.
True, I agree.
Is that if she dies protecting and saving Gosetsu.
That makes sense.
That is how you end it.
That makes
yeah.
Like,
to make it more personal, right? It's more personal because he saved her, so she saves him.
And also it would make sense because, you know, she was like, how do I put it? Like, she was a bit of one of the Empire's pawns in a way. Like, she was trying to get there, but in the end she never did. And now they are like chasing her. So I feel like it would make sense for her to also like turn on the Empire for like her own reasons. But like not in the sense of joining us, but like her own personal like revenge of sorts.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like because of her personal reasons, it would make sense for her to die for Gosetsu. Because of the relationship that they're about to start, right? Like the bond, I should say, that they're about to have, where he's like looking after her and he saved her and he's taking care of her, and she feels the need to like pay him back for that, right? Less so about her like trying to make it up with like the people that she tortured, and the people that she tormented.
Because it's not like a mistake she made.
Yeah.
Like she wanted to do it. She enjoyed it.
Yeah, exactly. So like in my mind, like that's probably the easiest thing to do, is just have her die for Gosetsu. I think that's the only way to do it, to be honest. Like
I mean, it's either that or her never regaining the memories, right?
Yeah, but I don't think they'll do that. I don't.
Yeah.
I think she has to get him back. You don't. Yeah. I feel like she has to. They're not going to keep her like a.
I feel like it would be a very. I feel like it would be a very short story if they just sent her off and she's just never seen again. You know, I feel like they need more content there.
Yeah.
But also, he's a crazy theory that I don't think will happen, but it sounds crazy. What if they bring Fordola to get back Tsuyu's memories?
They never interacted, did they?
They didn't, but Fordola has the echo and she can't control it.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine if that's what they go for, where they bring Fordola just so she can re-put like Yotsuyu's memories.
Leave
into her.
Fordola alone. Just leave all that alone. Just be done with it. I want them to just stop with whatever they tried to do with Alamigo. Just stop that storyline. Just move on. Just move on. Just move on. Be good. Do it like oh no, I'm a murderer, but frustrating myself by giving my life for good is also the story I suspect she gets. Yeah, Yeah, but like as you mentioned, like it makes the most sense if she does it for more personal reasons.
Yeah, like there's like I don't think again I don't think she regrets anything she did.
Yeah, I agree. She doesn't. She regrets nothing. Yeah. It's similar. It's actually very similar with Fordola. Actually, like again, if they bring back Xenos, there's a very high chance that she dies. Like maybe even trying to kill him or something. I don't know. But like these are like high chance of dying characters because of what they've done like in the past.
Here's the thing, though. I don't know if I would like Fordola to oppose Xenos because they liked each other.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't Xenos who did bad by like sure he ordered her to kill, but like she was already doing that. Is my point. Like it's not like he himself like cheated her or anything or made her pawn. Like he even empowered her.
It depends what they do with Xenos. Like what if he's a primal now? Like,
True.
what if he's a primal and he's actually not Xenos, but he's like, you know.
What if they recovered the primal and like, not Xenos himself?
Yeah,
that would make
he's
sense.
like Shiva, right? Remember how Shiva was like a copy of Shiva, but it wasn't really Shiva. Like, what if this is a copy of Xenos, but not really Xenos, right? Like, there's ways you can write it.
That would make more sense actually. Yeah. There's like it's not actually him, but just the like his ether is somehow connected with the primal, and they extracted the primal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense. But then he wouldn't be himself. He would be just the primal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be a story. And then yeah, as you said, and Fordola would fight him because she has the echo, so she can fight primals. Yeah. And they specifically showed us that with Lakshmi.
Yeah. And again, she's not really like he's not really like Xenos is not really him, so like there's more reason for that to happen.
And also it would also be like more like dramatic for her, where like, you know, I don't want to say she liked him because it wasn't exactly like it's more like they respected each other, but like it would be like a full circle where like, you know, this is not him but like his image, and like she has to like close the chapter with like killing him.
You can have a powerful like line of dialogue where she's like, you know, you're nothing compared to the real thing. You're like a million imitation. Like he's someone to be respected. He's someone who earned my respect. And you, like, what are you? Like you're just you're just, you know, you're just an imitation, right? Like you can write some powerful dialogue for that. Like it can be good. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Badge time.
Don't forget to join our Discord for any off-stream news about Final Fantasy. And as a reminder, yesterday was the patch day, so there are some new features in the game. We went over them on the beginning of the stream, well, some of them anyway.
Yes.
And also we did go over another short story on the beginning of the stream, so if you want to check that out, we are still going through the stories of the Calamity, which is the Realm Reborn stories. So if you already finished Realm Reborn and you don't want the further spoilers, then we're still reading the Realm Reborn stories. So
yes, if you wanna listen to some actual like good writing, like some good writing in some Final Fantasy lore, then check out the beginning of the stream.
Yeah. We now read a single short story on the beginning of every stream, and still going through the first ones.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good short story. I liked it. It's good. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We are done for today. Our next stream may be a little bit later. I think you said that you weren't available for the next.
Yeah, I'm not available on Friday.
Tentatively, our next Final Fantasy stream should be on the 23rd. Tentatively.
Yeah. Oh, fun fact! Actually, I did make a public Google Calendar with our potential streams marked, and it's connected to our Discord. So now there are events when we are streaming, or when we're supposed to be streaming anyway. Again, like for our personal streams, it's like a bit less rigid because it's just whenever we have the time. And sometimes it turns that we don't have the time, so you know.
Yeah.
But this is what we're planning right now.
Yeah, because of Christmas coming up, our schedule might be a little bit different just because we have to spend time with our families. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. Again, check out the VODs over on our respective YouTube channels, whether it's my YouTube or Kuro's YouTube. You can see our perspectives. Otherwise, we'll see you guys tomorrow for the podcast.
Yeah. See you then.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.